155, a podcast about punk songs by the band Green Day, because it is the second annual 155 presents Green May, featuring your host, me, and Iron Sam Sutherland.
Iron?
And you. I don't know, I was just trying
Wine.
to think of like a cool name.
And I'm Wine. The two
and Wine,
things.
just like, we should have.
I am. I've
that.
been, we had a little therapy sesh before we started, and I was whining a little bit. It's kind of.
I don't think you weren't whining.
As we come up to half a decade of the pod, we really are opening. All of our opening times, our little wine sessions are just kind of. It is wine club. I think this is kind of if you're like a mid to late 30s white man. On some level of irony, your version of a wine or book club might be kind of a pop culture podcast, and
you might
and
have
it is
podcast.
Equally as depressing, kind of beer league late night hosts kind of vibe that we've got going on here.
It's true. I was going to describe the tannins of our conversation. I was going to describe.
Now, what does tannins actually mean? Because I feel like that's a thing people started saying after I stopped drinking. We were talking recently somewhere about. Also, this is going to be a tough episode because for some reason, Twitter on my browser is not loading, and I am not saying because I'm not going to be able to look at Twitter while you talk. I think because
you have Twitter open the entire time we record?
No, not the entire time. But I was going to look up also something I retweeted today so I could read it out, but I can't. It's not loading for me. But yeah, I was going to.
Let me see if I can.
On the 155.
Look up your tweets. You want me to read your tweets to you as part of the podcast?
No, the 155 channel of Twitter. But I was going to say, I've never tried White Claw, but I don't think I've ever intentionally drank natural wine because it wasn't really like a thing to do. Like I quit drinking when it was still like Vice magazine, fucking flannel shirt. And
you quit drinking at the demo tape of alcohol.
It's true. Yeah, I missed out on kind of the primo 180 gram pinkies up natty vino era. So I don't know. I think that has tannins in it. It's a really gross word. It makes me think that there would be like cartilage in your wine to have tannins.
Tannin. Well, of course, I think of Biff Tannen. But let's read from Wine Follies. What are tannins? Well, of course, they're a naturally occurring polyphenol. It's made up. It's a made up fake thing. Bullshit. We can't agree here on the pod that everything about wine.
I think everything about alcohol is bullshit, really.
Well, good week for a song about how alcohol is or is not bullshit.
Is that what this song is about? I have no idea.
I mean, I believe it's like a sort of fence-sitting song.
We'll get into that in a second.
Perils and pleasures of sobriety. But before we start talking about our second Green May song of the month. Josiah, is it time for us to talk a little bit about the world?
In 1 second we will, but I did get Twitter to load on my phone so that I could just read. I just wanted to say, now that Green May is here, I've been looking at kind of Green Day in pop culture, and I was really happy today to find a tweet from Serena Williams, I guess tennis, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Is the movie about is the Will Smith slap movie about Serena Williams' dad or something? Is that
Yeah.
Okay, well that's pretty cool.
Do you really not know that Serena Williams is tennis?
No, I think I knew that. I just couldn't remember.
Okay.
I was thinking of Serena from Gossip Girl for a second. So Serena Williams.
Does she have a sport?
I don't know. Breaking hearts, I think, or shopping probably.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's so Blake Lively is Serena. That's interesting.
Oh my God, Sam! You should watch Gossip Girl. I know you're busy, but I think it's never too late.
I've just started watching Vanderpump Rules, so I'm working my way through the drama.
So I was just looking through some moments in Green Day history, and in 2010, September 29th, 2010, Serena Williams tweeted, "Fave at Green Day song? I don't have just one, maybe 20 songs, ... So she doesn't really know how to use ellipses, but she's more of a tennis gal than a copywriter.
Ellipses gal, yeah.
But my fave album is American Idiot, ... Warning, ... Kerplunk, ... Dookie. So, I mean, that's not really answering what's your favorite album either, to say it like that. So, is that the order? I guess I didn't... I'm not trying to put her on. I'm not trying to gatekeep Serena Williams, but what the fuck are you talking about?
I feel like you're putting Serena Williams on blast here.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is a real like you're like guy showing up. Woman says she likes a band, and you're asking her to name her 5 songs. This is
Well, maybe
I believe you're doing toxic masculinity to Serena Williams right now.
Maybe I'm mad at her about the drama that her movie about her dad begot. But maybe we'll find out about that in a second in this new segment that we have called. And I don't have the theme song loaded, so hopefully I remember to put that in here after.
Okay. Or we can go punk news, punk news, punk news. Bam! Josiah, do you want to go first, or do you want me to read my punk news?
Maybe I'll go first, even though mine is less punk. So I was going to go second, but I think it fits because it's actually about Serena Williams' dad, Will Smith.
Wow!
That's what it is, right?
This is the Serena Williams cast.
So the Serena Williams movie is about Will Smith. Her dad.
They made a movie about like 2 of the greatest athletes maybe of all time, and made it about their dad. Typical men, huh?
Typical. Well, he did. It takes. I remember a No Fear parody shirt that says, it takes however many sperms, and one of you got to be the fastest. So it really does all start with. I mean, really, what I'm saying is sports do all start with men.
What?
I think it was like, I can't believe out of however
Life
many
begins
sperm,
with men. Yeah.
you were the fastest, was the shirt that I saw at my little brother's baseball game. Some redneck dad was wearing it, and I was too young to fully understand it. It was a child's face, like he's wearing some kind of sperm shirt. God bless him, wherever that guy is. Thank you for what you did there. I've been thinking about it my entire life, and I finally get it. You're saying that men invented speed and sports.
I think we've. There's definitely like some risque T-shirts of my youth that like occupy too much space in my brain. Where you're like all kinds of shit I can't remember, and there's like a few things that I'm just like, God, why do I always think about how awful that made me feel as a child?
So Will Smith played the man who started it all for Serena Williams. She probably wouldn't have even been able to afford to go to the mall and buy every Green Day album if she wasn't the world's richest tennis player. Is that what she is?
Mm-hmm.
Or, I don't.
Yeah, the world's richest tennis player. That's it. Yeah,
Andre Agassi, he's tennis, right?
Yeah.
I know what's going on.
Mario. There's the other guy.
Mario
the other guy.
is good at tennis.
Mario's great at tennis. Yeah. Who's the other? There's Andre Agassi. There's one other guy.
Oh,
there's
the
like
guy
2
who's like
tennis guys.
the guy who's like John McEnroe. He's like always on 30
No,
Rock.
I wasn't even thinking about John McEnroe. Yeah, he's cool.
There's a lot of tennis. Why didn't they make a movie about one of those guys?
Tennis guys. Yeah. Hold on. There should be. It's pretty sexist. When you
to erase the men from tennis.
Erasing the men from tennis.
So
tennis guy who's like Andre Agassi.
I mean, we're already going to be way off once I read this, but I appreciate
Pete Sampras. You know what's amazing is Google literally gave me the name I was looking for. Pete Sampras.
I feel like I've only ever heard that name. I can't picture that guy, but respect.
I'll send you some photos.
We need more men in tennis. But maybe Will Smith. I'm just riffing now. But maybe Will Smith had tennis. Maybe he thought he was doing a tennis swing when he did what he did. Piece of shit.
That's it. He was just lost in the character.
Now everyone's just
like an actor who plays the Joker.
Everyone's just attacking each other. Anyways, so this is from last week. This has been aggregated by Yahoo News from the Atlanta Black Star. This is our friend of the show, Steve Harvey, talking about what happened. I lost a lot of respect for him. Steve Harvey talks Oscars slap during talk at an Atlanta law school. I love the idea of going to law school, one of the most, intense, I don't know about noble, but definitely intense, very long pursuit, a lot of reading, a lot of studying, a lot of money invested. And then you get Steve Harvey to come talk to you about Will Smith's Oscar slap.
Yeah, that's what you're paying for, right?
That's really cool.
And this is the debt that they want forgiven. I don't know. I feel like you should have to pay for that one. I feel like they should forgive all student loans.
If you've ever taken a course, that's true. If you've ever taken a course about like the Beatles, then you should have to pay back someone else's student loans.
There's got to be exceptions, right? Absolute blanket student debt forgiveness, with the exception of people who took pop rock courses in university and any class that Steve Harvey spoke in. That's it. You definitely should pay for that yourself.
So during his keynote speaking engagement at the Georgia State University in Atlanta, Harvey spoke for 2 hours on various subject matters, including his new show, his journey in the entertainment business, and the slap that still has people talking, going on 2 months now. During his speech, the veteran comedian admitted that although he harbors a significant amount of religious belief, he realized it wouldn't be enough to have handled that shocking moment as gracefully as Rock did. So this is actually Christian punk news.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm a Christian, but I'm really undeveloped, says Steve Harvey. I don't have high-level Christianity. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like a 2. That's the level of Christianity I can work on, the Family Feud host said. You slap TD Jakes, he'll turn the other cheek. You slap me? If you sit back in your seat, Jada would have to move out of the way. That's the type of Christian I am. So I guess he's talking about not turning the other cheek. But then it goes
some real like Mark Wahlberg level. Like it would have been different if I was the one who had been slapped.
I know. Well, now Mark Wahlberg's on level 100 Catholic Christianity with his.
That's true. Yeah, making his fucking Christian movies. I like the idea of describing Christianity the way you describe your OT levels in Scientology.
Yeah, it's true. Or it's like his HP points in like a RPG game.
Totally. Yeah.
So. I guess it goes. They've kind of fucked up the aggregation, but I read elsewhere that it was Steve Harvey who said it was a punk move on Smith's part.
It's later here, yeah.
But it says Smith called the slap a punk move here, but I think this has been aggregated incorrectly.
You're right. They
fucked it up badly. But in Google Reader, it does say, According to Yahoo News, Harvey also stated that he lost a lot of respect for him and labeled the smack a punk move. So sometimes punk, as we're remembering, sometimes punk is negative. Or maybe it's positive. I mean, I think it was a punk move, but maybe because Will Smith was being himself, being true to himself.
I feel like we could start calling this segment Punk Move News because I think last week we also talked about Shaq calling Ben Simmons when he didn't play, calling that a punk move. Maybe we should really start narrowcasting and only talk about punk moves.
I'm starting to notice
working on my punk moves.
There's possibly a racial definition divide that's happening here.
I don't think that's for you and I to explore.
I don't think so.
Punk news, where you and I unpack.
Well, I was thinking more that it sounds like what you're saying is you want us to only focus on white punk news, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misheard you.
Yeah, that's actually what I was saying. It's like just keep it on our side of the street, you know. I'm really distracted thinking about a Night Moves parody that is punk moves, and it's all like. Just this like slinky classic rock song all about different like mosh moves, you know?
Slinky classic rock is so good.
Oh, I mean, and is there a better slinky classic rock song than Punk Moves? I don't think so. Here's a pretty punk move, but this comes, of course, from the Whites. Already regret this episode. This is
okay. All right.
This is from Wales Online, where I get all of my Welsh punk news. The headline is. We have to delete this episode. When you go back in and you hopefully remember to put in all the music, please just delete my entire half.
When you say whites only, my side of the street.
Yeah, exactly. Huge Brit punk art show to commemorate Queen's Jubilee. And the subhead is the artist known as Illuminati Neon has created the 2 million pound works, which will be the biggest art tribute to Her Royal Highness the Queen's 70 years on the throne.
Illuminati Neon is such a sick name.
And then there's this photo of like a guy who looks extremely like an aging British punk. Yeah. Like it's a real like...
That's not Illuminati Neon, is it?
Maybe.
I'm going to find out who's Illuminati.
Brit punk artist Mark Slapper, that's a bit of a punk name, has launched a commemorative collection of special works to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. The artist known as Illuminati Neon has created the 2 million pound works, which will be the biggest art tribute. Well, that was already the subhead. Mark became Mark, so informal. Wales Online. Mark.
That is the guy. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's the same guy. Mark _ Illuminati on on
this
Instagram.
Mark Slopper character.
Yeah, this sloppy ass old motherfucker is
this guy who absolutely has been in GBH for like 2 years at some point.
in like 2017.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now you had to check, but for many, Mark became globally recognized after HRH, the Queen, which is an abbreviation I was not aware of, saw her painting and asked that the punk portrait be changed as she didn't like the tattoo on her neck.
Oh, yeah.
So evidently, Mark Slopper made a painting of the Queen that was inspired by the Jamie Reed art for God Save the Queen, which was based on Cecil Beaton's Silver Jubilee portrait. So he made a portrait of the Queen where she had a neck tattoo of Philip's name, and she asked that that be changed to the royal crest, which he did. And so now...
Oh, so he did? He worked with the Queen?
He worked alongside the Queen to create this punk art. And it sounds like all of these prints, 500 limited edition prints in all, being launched at Castle Fine Art. There's a VIP launch that it sounds like I can't. The tense changes multiple times in this article. Maybe this was like written in Welsh originally.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this is. But evidently, in attendance at the launch was Paul Cook from the Sex Pistols, Hugh Cornwell from the Stranglers, Adam Ant, Boy George. All kinds of, and of course, Lord Ed Vasey and Lady Martha Sitwell, who I believe are not punks, but may in fact be royals. So
it's kind of blurring the lines.
Well, really exciting to look. I mean, obviously, I think there's a little bit of some cheeky, knowledge of. These things used to be in conflict. Here's a quote from Slopper himself. It's my homage to punk. Not only the way we looked, but the way we thought and treated others. A little bit of Shepherd's Bush punk ghetto is illuminating walls globally. I love the ceremony, the old-fashioned English respect for our lovely queen. Punk rockers such as the Sex Pistols have been misunderstood as anti-royalist, but I celebrate the monarchy and I love the queen. Rule Britannia. The queen has seen herself reimagined by me, and I still have my head.
Oh my God, Mark Sloper rules. I also just found on his Instagram, Mark_Illuminati. He loves the Queen, but he's not afraid to speak his mind on the art scene. Obviously, this art is like it's kind of looks like Mr. Brainwash. Truly, it's just like cut and paste bullshit. All like Sid Vicious and the Queen and all the typical bullshit. If you just like typed in punk into like a free vector website or something, you'd see all this bullshit, and then he just slopped some neon text on it. It's the same kind of neon signage that is at a post gentrification like coffee shop that says "Gather" above the bar or whatever.
Yeah.
But it says God Save the Queen. But he's still willing to speak on kind of the last generation of shitty nouveau art condo provocateur type people. He's posing in front of a Banksy picture here in March saying, is Banksy done with now? His new art show in USA, all seen before stuff. Pretty good sentence.
What?
I personally like it all, but it is all old stuff. Anyway, what do I know? I'm just a thick Cornish freedom fighter. And then someone has commented, hope you weren't in Austin during the shootings. And he says, didn't hear anything. And then they link to the South by Southwest shootings. So a lot to unpack here.
I was like, oh my God, I have a follower in common, and it's you. And I know that you're going to love his amazing work. Here's, in a similar style to his God Save the Queen, which you've sort of described as another neon in a frame that says, rock da house, but duh is D with an anarchy A.
Let's go.
It's a real wow.
This guy's so tight.
Mark Slopper, a.k.a. Illuminati Neon. Wow. You know what? This is interesting. I'm reading a little bit more from Wales Online, and Mark became an artist late in life at 45. So
sick. Wait, is he? Maybe he's from. Oh my God! Did you see this one? This is incredible. The Clown Prince of Anarchy with a Anarchy A, and it's
fuck.
It's Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
How is this real, man? You are Mark Slopper. This is to Mr. Brainwash, because like these quotes are fucking crazy. The royals themselves see the humorous side to my art and now themselves are becoming collectors. If I made this beautiful art in the 1970s, I may not have had a head. Full circle, the wheel doth turn, and now at Castle Fine Art in swanky St. Christopher's Place, we launched my new Queen range for the delight of art collectors worldwide. I'm worried that we have been got here.
I would love that, but I can't.
No,
even
this all is fucking real.
I wonder if he's from a band or something. Like, how did he just suddenly just show up on the scene? Really,
I don't know. When you Google him, the fill in, it says film producer. So okay, here's his IMDb. This looks like the same guy.
You think it's the same guy?
This might have been his career. Well, I'm just decided it's
to
the
be
same
fair,
guy.
his name is Sloper, not Slopper. But I do like the idea of it being Mark Slopper.
Yeah, because this guy definitely would have produced things like The Beatles, Made in Merseyside.
Yeah, but also 5 Seconds of Summer.
I mean, look, he's obviously connected.
Yeah,
right?
That's true. That's true.
Sid, by those who really knew him. Yeah, for sure this is the same guy.
This guy's been around. Oh, my God. Well, God bless you, Mark Sloper, and God bless the Queen. We mean it, man.
Oh, you can't see it, but I'm doing the thing where I'm like the British.
It seems if you're gonna be like British nationalist, it really doesn't fit well with the stuff you were saying earlier. I think we got to get out of this sketchy section.
All right, fine.
Now.
Punk news, punk news, punk news. Bam!
Punk news, P-U-N-K-N-E-W-S.
So Josiah, we're talking about Hitchin. This is one nasty tune.
It's so disgusting, and it's fucking horrible. But I love it because I think it came out at a time. I was thinking about it all day, and I think really what happened is it came out when I was, 12. First of all, this is like, oh my God.
This is music for 12-year-olds.
If you're 12 and you hear this song, it changes your whole world. That's fucks.
If you heard this,
the concept of hitching a ride also back then, oh my God. Are you kidding me? The most dangerous thing you could ever do.
But if you heard the song when you were 14 and you're telling me now that you like it, I frankly don't believe you. I think you had to be 12. It's the only option.
But I also think that this song, I was thinking about it all day. I feel like this song might have invented the idea of, and now I can't think of what they're called.
Hitchhikers.
No, oh my God. Hang on. This was going to be worth it.
Speakeasies.
This is going to be worth it. I just need to click a few names. Queens of the Stone Age. I think this song invented Queens of the Stone Age. I think the idea of Queens of the... I feel like when I imagine their music, it sounds like this with like a stupid violin thing at the start and then like a kind of strut and like kind of this like weird kind of sexy sound to it. I think this is a Queens of the Stone Age song, really. It's kind of like a swaggering alt-rock song. Am I wrong?
No, like to me, it feels like a really gross. Although I mean,
it's like cabaret,
it's like shuffly. Yeah, but it feels originally.
I've never heard Queens of the Stone Age, but just whenever I've pictured them, it's like a guy who liked Hot Snakes too much, and then got into like burlesque also, and tried to combine all these things. That's what I think of this song and Queens of the Stone Age as being.
I guess I just always associated this with being on the like nastier end of like shuffly punk stuff that wasn't for me. Like this is, I don't know that this sounds like the Cramps per se, but in my mind I'm like, this is just like what if the Cramps played Longview? Because it is like it's like it's like what if Longview had palm muting. And so in that sense, it like reminds me of like the sea shanty sort of vibes of like a Bad Religion, even though it doesn't sound anything like Bad Religion per se. So I'm not going to give you that because I feel like...
I mean, yeah, or like Gogol Bordello maybe. It sounds like a whole bunch of things I've never listened to on purpose. It sounds like them. It sounds like somewhere between... It sounds like when the Bronx was having band practice and then decided to switch to Mariachi El Bronx, and that kind of liminal space between those switches is where this song is. It's just like annoying like... pitchfork punk. This is proto pitchfork punk, I think.
Oh, this does seem like something where you'd be like, this is the big punk band now. Like again, if I heard this as not as a 12-year-old,
Yeah, and that's the thing.
This is Idols, hey?
So maybe
Okay.
everyone who likes the whatever's popular in punk, pitchfork punk now is 12.
This is basically what
hopefully.
Viagra Boys sounds like. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never listening to a new thing again in my life because I heard this when I was 12 and it changed everything for me.
And it's not going to get better. I mean, the bottom line is, I think there is like a set of references here that you and I have studiously avoided in our lives, which is like this kind of is like if you added a boop-a-doop, like you could very easily picture a stand-up bass and like 5 pompadours playing this
That's
song.
so true.
And so like name a fucking rockabilly band that we're not just like joking about. You know, like this is so not our world. This is like barber music.
There was a Tooth and Nail rockabilly band that I think I saw.
Of course, they needed
always
something
needed
for
one.
you guys needed one of everything.
I can't remember what they're called, but I also think,
Which level of Christian? I got to ask actually. Which level? Because Steve Harvey said he identified as a 2.
I mean, me? I think I'm.
Yeah.
I think I'm at least a 6. Really.
You're a 6. Good for you, man.
Yeah, I think
so. What does that mean if Chris Rock slapped you on stage? Where
Oh,
does that
no,
put you
Chris.
in terms
Well,
of-
it was actually Will Smith. I know.
Sorry, Will Smith. Well, okay, but let's say Chris Rock slapped you. How would you?
Oh my God, if Chris Rock.
Okay.
I mean, I would love to be slapped in the face on TV. I think that'd be incredible. I think honestly, my life might be leading toward. I think that might be my life's work is leading me. I'm on that path right now.
Oh, you
to
are
publicly
yeah,
getting
you know
hit
what?
for something I've said.
You're further along if you think about. I mean, like you're still pretty. Look at that, just objectively. Let's just take an honest sort of stock of our situation here. I think you're still pretty far from being slapped on stage on television.
Yeah.
However, are you closer today to being slapped live on television than you were 5 years ago? I would say
100%.
absolutely.
I'm also
So-
like much further. Not that necessarily you're on the same path. Maybe you're actually on the path towards slapping someone on stage. But
no, I'm. Oh, that's interesting because I'm definitely receding. I would say from the likelihood of being slapped.
I'm
on
not
stage.
saying that you're traveling down any of either of those. I think if those are the two paths, I think you're.
But I'm more likely than you to slap someone on stage.
You're
I
on the
agree.
slapper path, but you're not like very far. And I think you're just chilling.
I'm not running down the slapper path, but I'm firmly on that path.
and
as
I'm
opposed
like
to your
I'm like
slappy
on a
path.
raft on Slappy River, and I'm about to. And we haven't hit the rapids yet, but any day it could happen.
You never know. Yeah, it's dangerous tubing out there.
So the other thing about Hitchin' a Ride I was going to say is when I was a little kid and this song was blowing my mind, when I also realized that it was the same as Brain Stew, but just like played more shuffly and fast, that really fucked me up, and I loved that. But I also think maybe what makes this song better than the things we hate about it is that so much happens, and like the guitar solo is so sick, and it gets like really big at the end, and there's just like so much. Like I don't know. Maybe we'll never be able to separate our inner 12-year-old. But when I was listening to it today, I was like, I still do think I objectively like this more than the things it reminds me of.
I think you're right. Like, there's no like real like resting in this song. There's like a constant sort of like new melody being introduced, or like, you know, the dynamics are shifting. But I also think like the fundamental truth is that like Green Day is a better band than all those bands. So like the reason that this song fucking rocks, whereas like, I don't know, a fucking Black Keys ass like you know, fucking
That Australian
rock.
band that we were always calling racist in the olden days, and now we
Oh,
have
the
no
Living End, yeah,
now we have no
yeah.
Australian
The
listeners.
racist Living End.
I think we literally have like 2 Australian listeners now.
Good.
And we
I'm
love you,
glad.
and we love you, Maddie, and whoever the other one might be.
Yeah, you're the exception that proves the rule in Australia. So thank you for proving us right by proving us wrong. You know, Green Day is like Billie Joe Armstrong is like just a fucking god tier songwriter. Like there's just no getting around this like fundamental truth that has like the reason that they became the fucking band. Like the reason that they are the ones that transcended out of this scene that had other great bands is that like he is like in this like upper echelon of songwriters.
Maybe
And so like the vibe is weird, but the fucking song rocks.
Maybe you can flirt with like annoying like Fire Eater burlesque music and get away with it if you're really fucking cool to begin with. But no one's cool enough to do
Yes.
it, and that's why he gets away with it, because he can just squeak by it most of the time because he's so cool.
And I think the fire eater burlesque thing has a tendency to like, you know, consume your whole person. Like no one can have like just a bite of burlesque, you know?
It's true.
Like people are making burlesque an entire meal. And then,
I mean,
you know,
to be honest, I think we're dating. Do people really do burlesque anymore? Are we like? I haven't been outside in like 15 years, but I feel like we might be ragging on a thing that doesn't really. It's more of like
everyone's doing burlesque in the streets. Look as someone who has been out a lot lately, been to like a lot of Hold Steady shows.
You've probably been to some. I bet you've been to burlesque at that place. What's that place called? Like the Bovine Man Bar?
The Bovine Man Bar. To be honest, I've never actually gone to a burlesque show, but I have seen burlesque performances. Like the last time I saw a burlesque performance was at a screening of. I feel like I've talked about this on the pod. Christine, the John Carpenter, Stephen King
that's very
movie,
familiar.
where a woman did a car themed burlesque. I 100% have told the story.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got to stop talking about so much burlesque rock, I guess.
Well, unfortunately, we're like, we got to talk about Hitchin' a Ride. So we should talk a little bit about whether or not this song is about, I mean, it is quite obviously about drinking and how it is hard not to do.
But I just real quick want to say, if it was about Hitchin' a Ride in a more literal sense, boy, would that be a funny song to have chosen with our guest this week. I mean, I'm not going to really hammer it home, but man, that is so clever. And
I think it worked. And you know what? It's so pretty clever to combine those things. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, I don't know whose idea that was, or if it just happened, you know, maybe it was Pod Magic that wasn't even manufactured at all, you know?
Yeah, you could dream, right? I guess. So this song comes from Nimrod. This was the first single off of Nimrod. We talked a lot about Nimrod when we did Nice Guys Finish Last.
I think Nimrod is our Green Day album, and I think few people are willing to admit that. Everyone's always
we have
like,
a strength of character.
Like everyone my age, Dookie changed my life. No, I like Nimrod because I saw it on TV, and I thought that the guys looked
exactly.
cool.
Yeah, it fucking rocks. And so what's the interesting thing about, you know, having had this conversation, I think a little bit, you know, last year, is how much bigger, once again, and maybe I'm the only person that thinks this is interesting, how much bigger this song was here than anywhere else. Because I feel like Hitchin' a Ride to me is like a top 50 biggest hit I remember in my life. Like just an inescapable song. And that's because this was a number one song in Canada. It was at least a number one rock alternative song, which like for us at that age, like I don't know, we weren't listening to a lot of non-rock, non-alternative radio. Whereas, and it peaked at 23 on like as a general single, whereas in the US, this was number 5 alternative, number 9 as a rock song, obviously didn't even break the Billboard Hot 100. So like this was a substantial, I feel like this was on much like every fucking 30 minutes. And that video that is so of an era, and it's the same guy who directed like basically all the Dookie and Insomniac videos, but it's that like super fucking 90s like old-timey speakeasy. Yeah, it looks like Tonight it looks like
it looks like the Float On video to me too. Like I feel like it's kind of also like proto indie. Like it almost has like an Arcade Fire look to it. A little bit.
It's like Arcade Fire, Mumford and Sons. Yeah, like it's that whole.
Which is weird because the single art is like the single art looks like one of those DIY bands with a manager and their parents' credit card that we always talk about. Like totally. That's just like, you know, the band and the single art is always faving my tweets, and I'm never going to follow back or listen to them.
Yeah, you're never good. And you know what? They always have like 2 really good songs.
I know, exactly. Good for them.
But of course, like Nimrod is the experimental album. You know, it's got the surf song. It's got you know this rockabilly song, and it's literally annotated on Genius, where they have for some reason in the lyrics violin intro, which is like it's a great little violin intro, and then there's a photo of someone playing violin, and it says the first sign of Nimrod's focus on experimentation is this short violin intro that is played in Middle Eastern / klezmer style. Oh, this violin part was played by Petra Hayden.
That must be who's in the pic, I guess.
I guess that's who that picture is.
I never really have listened to That Dog before, but I know that's one of those bands.
That Dog has been a real constant almost in
yeah, that's because
pod life,
it's one of the. I feel like if you talk to indie people who know what's up, they eventually will always try to get you to get into That Dog or like Todd Rundgren or something. Like I don't want to learn about Todd Rundgren. I just want to listen to Weezer. Leave me alone. Stop trying to make me get into Todd Rundgren and That Dog.
You know what's you would probably love Todd Rundgren and That Dog, but there's just only so much time.
Yeah, I signed up for the Neil Young archives last week. Instead, I'm going to spend some time in there. Oh, baby.
Damn, that's
you're
in
real
those years,
crisis shit. Oh, it's so sweet.
So look, I mean, this song, it's got the like hitchhiker vibe, and then it sort of very clearly gets into, drinking, not drinking. Ultimately, a song about how it's boring to not drink. And I will say, this has been like a live constant for the band, and we're going to watch some videos in a bit. But we've talked a little bit, and we don't know the status of, but I do feel like Billie Joe Armstrong's sobriety has been this like kind of specter over the band, and it's as a person who does drink, it feels a little like I don't love singing along to or like really feeling like animated by a song about how like not drinking is boring, written from the perspective of someone whose life possibly could be improved seemingly by their own desire to not drink. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
So you're saying normally you would be hoisting a pint in the beer garden to this?
I'm saying if it was just like drinking rocks, it is fun, I'd be like, that's fine. But like the whole song is like, I'm fucking, it sucks ass not drinking. Should we just drink? Do you want to just drink?
I mean,
and you're like, well, yeah, I do, but should you be? Do you know what I'm saying?
Here's what I think.
Makes me feel like I'm enabling.
That's fair, I guess. I mean, I don't think he can hear you when you're singing along. Like, just like
I think he can. I think that Billie Joe Armstrong is like Santa Claus or God, where it's just like always keeping score.
Or your TV or your phone spying on you when you think of what you want to buy, and then it shows you
the FBI agent,
NSA. So fun. Just imagine all the memes we could do right now.
The memes.
I think that it's funny to like the songs that are just like drinking.
It is fun to imagine. I agree.
The songs that are just drinking rocks are, I think, exclusively written by people who are lightweights. I think probably. Whenever I hear one of your friends' bands or one of your like friends, one of these Toronto bands, you're like, I'm drinking a beer tonight. Oh, like a band that's on Dine Alone or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how like every Canada band is like drinking a beer, all right, rocks. And it's like,
I think there's like a thing where like if you're four white guys, you play in a band and you start writing a song about how drinking rocks, like someone from Dine Alone just materializes in the practice space.
Yeah, but I don't think any of those people actually drink.
That's not even the label in the band, so I just want to make. I just feel somehow I've started to feel bad about that. You in fact get signed to Royal Mountain.
Sign. Whoever wants to sign the pod, we'll edit. We'll go in and edit this later.
Yeah, we'll clean this up.
I think like the part, what has somebody said? Fuck art, let's party one time. That's a phrase that haunts me a lot, actually, deeply. I think those people are like, I don't think they've. I just feel like it seems like a virgin talking about sex to me. Really, is what I'm trying to say. And whereas I think the ultimate man cave tin sign has that Gen X 50s guy hoisting a pint and says, beer the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. I mean, it's kind of built into appreciating alcohol to kind of being like, it's almost actually a way of normalizing your problem too, to be like, yeah, that's fucked up. Let's drink, So yeah. I think the way that this song, which I didn't realize was about ye old inebriation imbibements. I didn't realize it was about that, but I think for it to kind of play both sides is kind of true to the spirit, pun intended, of true drinkers, really.
Maybe you're right. I think you're right. I actually buy that. Like, this is an actual drinking song.
But also when
Right?
you're
This is
12
not-
and a song opens with "Hey Mister, where you headed?" that fucking hits. Like now it's like the
It's
worst. That's like the worst opening line I've ever heard. But when you're 12, you're like, God damn, he's talking to a guy, a mister.
I've talked to some misters before.
He really is hitching a ride.
We're the same. Yeah, this also, like, in watching the video and listening to it again, this is like peak marble mouth gibberish, like 90s shit, where, like, by the end, like, with the gang vocals doing the which I don't think I mean, I owned this CD and I don't think I ever looked at the lyrics to figure out what it was. There's absolutely no way that I knew what they were saying. And then at the very end, it goes like it's so like it feels like the Weird Al Nirvana parody. Like it's so over the top. And only like minutes before we started recording did I realize that the thing that he says at the end is "Say birthday boys, hey," which is
What the fuck does that mean? Again, if I was 12 right now, whew, I'd be dancing on the table with how good that is. But what does it mean?
Like, what does
real
it mean
life?
now? Look at people. People have often asked this. Like, I think there's a few times on the Reddit where people have been like, "Does anyone know?" And I don't think anyone knows. According to Green Day Rock Band, it's some random gibberish. I don't know how that's sourced.
That's not very helpful.
But Chazelle Dolphin 36 at least has an opinion here, which I think it does add to the song. Being the quote unquote birthday boy would give you a reason, and that's crossed out, an excuse to fall off the wagon, italics theirs, and get so drunk you need to, once again, their emphasis, hitch a ride.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's more than just written off gibberish. Damn.
I always forget if it so the
I like
the
the idea of this
wagon
being
the wagon itself
Yeah.
is a sobriety mobile, and if you fall off of it, then you've started drinking again. Because sometimes I think you're getting on the wagon to drink again.
No, I think you get off the wagon to drink.
Oh,
No, wait. When you're on the wagon, you're not drinking, and when you're off so the wagon is sobriety.
okay. So we're still kind of like colloquially anti-drunk driving in a way. Oh, I don't know if the wagon is being steered by the. I mean, that's
It
interesting.
doesn't say
too.
who's driving. You're on the wagon. It doesn't say you're operating the wagon as a sober person.
Can you operate
Imagine
a wagon? I
sobriety
guess
was-
that becomes a vehicle. I feel like a wagon in and of itself is a free floating kind of device. Maybe there's a handle at the front. Maybe you're being pulled like radio
Yeah.
flyer. Interesting.
I think so. Here, this is important. It looks like someone. I don't know if this is a real isolated version of the vocal, but let's just listen to it anyway.
Say birthday, birthday.
I think that's it.
That's really good.
Pretty good, if you ask me.
That's really good. Like that's so much better than Nobody Likes You When You're
Say
23.
birthday, birthday.
He's cool. He's a cool guy. Oh no! Hold on.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
This gets my head.
But I do like the idea that it is like a responsible driving anthem. Like this person who's like, you would need to quote unquote hitch a ride, and you're like, so then playing, you're like, well, frankly, I've had a few too many, and I'm going to leave my car here. Perhaps I'll call a cab or use transit.
Imagine, and I just want everyone to just calm down right now. Just slow down and close your eyes and imagine a scenario. Imagine if this Green Day song came out nowadays and how it probably would be called booking an Uber.
Oh yeah, no,
Lyft
that's
or Lyft.
Somehow naming it after a lift is funny to me. Hailing a lift.
What do you do? What's the verb associated? Now I'm just going to do some modern observation comedy. What is the verb
We
associated?
used to call a cab. What do you
actually do, though? Call an Uber?
Do you want to know what I do that's going to make you so fucking angry?
Oh, yes. I can't. It doesn't. None of these things don't make me angry anymore. They just keep me alive.
I say I'm gonna I'll like look for an Uber and then I'll punch it. That's what I say.
What do you mean?
Like I'll be like, should I punch the Uber? Should I punch it? Are we good?
So
Ready to go?
good.
Should I punch it? Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god!
I thought you'd like
good.
imagining me saying that.
I can picture it. I can definitely.
Yeah,
picture
right?
It. It's so. Good.
And you know what? Here's the thing. I fucking love doing it. I love it. Every time I say it, it makes me happy. So this song came out, obviously, 97's lead single. So there are some fucking sick videos of it that we are going to watch now.
Let's
so
watch
this
them before I
is
show
them
you
playing
some
Hitching a
horrible-
Ride
I'll show
in
you some
Japan
horrible
in 1997. I can't wait.
I mean, it's a sick song. It's so
Like,
good.
that's the thing.
Also,
And it's just like
he's not doing.
built to be live.
He's not doing the problem with other people who do nasty burlesque music is that they don't do like a smooth pop punk voice on top. But he didn't try to like stank up his voice. Although he does do a big like scream in the middle.
Oh yeah, don't worry, we'll get to that. Because that was when you're young, that was pretty cool. Where he says, "Right."
Wait, does he
also-
say shite?
I mean, in the lyrics, it's shit, but is it "Xiao"? I don't like. What do you think he's yelling? A lot of tanks on stage.
True. Maybe if he's saying shite, then this is like a true Pint and Page film.
Yeah. So this video is like normal, but this is like a real live staple for them where many of these videos are like 10 minutes long because this is the song where they do like the drums just go and he goes, I want to hit the left side of the crowd and go, hey, I'm not on the right side of the crowd. And like that goes on forever and he'll like tell jokes. Like mostly, I bet it's great when you're there, but it's a little much.
Mike Dirnt really looks like Corey Feldman sometimes.
True.
Mike Dirnt looks like so many people. It's crazy.
He's truly an everyman. This is also from 1997. This is from the Fillmore.
Oh, yes.
And once again, just like beautifully tracked.
Oh, this looks so good. Also, Mike Dirnt turned 50 last week. Happy birthday. Happy Green May birthday. It's your champagne birthday, I think. If you have your birthday during Green May and you're in Green Day, it's a real special time.
It's also just like the necessity of leaning over. Like they both have to sort of play in a vaguely funny way to be muted for this long.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's
so
fucking
like,
great.
This part is so 12-year-old herky-jerky kind of moshing in your room. Like,
Can
don't
you
really know what
imagine
you're
just like, being 12 years old and just tightly coiled? Also, sorry, Trey is 100% wearing a Green Day shirt, like a Nimrod artwork shirt in this video.
doing? So tight.
He's fucking cool. This is, we're going to play a little bit of this. I remember this again, like, you know, you could not escape Green Day in Canada. And so in 97 when this came out, they played in the alley behind the HMV on Yonge Street.
Oh my
and
God.
they filmed it for a much special. And I remember this. And the crazy thing is, like, in watching this video now, and this is like, I get the most, like, Toronto shit ever. Like, 1997 doesn't feel that long ago to me because I remember it. But I literally couldn't tell where they were. I was like, I thought this was behind the HMV building because it is a, like, utterly transformed part of the city. It's just like truly this incredible time capsule. So
That intro was so cool.
yeah.
Oh, a little bit of Comic Sans in the titles.
Oh, the titling is like unbelievable in this. But the best thing is that it's mostly Brick the Temp interviewing people in line. Because it was like a free show. Like I feel like I knew people like, you know, like everyone's just lined up again on Yonge Street, but it's like look at these cars, like look at everything about this. Like, well, we should post this video because it's like so fucking sick.
We are here to see Green Day for the next half hour. It's a Green Day special. Green Day fans back here, right? Yeah! I know they're not Backstreet Boys fans. We're going to be having a...
Rick the Temp looks cool as hell.
But first...
Rick was cool as hell. He is cool as hell.
Yeah, he
live
still
performance
is.
From Green Day.
Okay, so then we get this. So I'm going to skip to
Green Day
the
facts.
hitching
Can
a
you give me
ride.
Yeah, Billy Joe Pizza's bed.
Oh, he's asked them for if they know any Green Day
How
secrets.
long have you guys been waiting for?
Oh
How
my
long
God.
You guys
Does
been
he pee his bed? That's so embarrassing if they said that.
How about you guys? Why does Trey Cool call himself Trey Cool?
Because he's Trey Cool.
Because why?
He's Trey Cool.
Do you know his real name?
Frank.
That's Frank. It's right. That's Frank. And
He seems like shocked
doesn't it?
that this person answered correctly.
That's right. One gets know where you're headed. Are you in a hurry? Need a lift to happy hours there. Oh no.
That's very nice.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
It's so sad that all these people are like 60 now.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, I wonder where these people are. And you're like, oh no, I
They're probably
know.
our bosses.
They,
I love when
again, it's
he's
a
like
crazy
singing
thing.
and then he like leaves the mic and just makes faces at the crowd. It's so cool.
Totally. But I just love that they were like big, but not big enough to. Oh no, I fucked up and I lost the time.
It's okay. We got a bit
Okay.
of the song. We got it. Oh, we go.
There it is. I mean, also, I feel like the Billie Joe fit in this is like pretty sick too.
They're all pretty drippy. Also, cold turkey getting stale. That's funny. I like it.
It is really funny. But like, what's this like? It's like a baggy fucking bomber jacket on or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so then this video comes from Down Under,
Oh no.
and I think, and so gives you a little bit of a taste of like them. Again, this has like very long sort of talking bridge. And mostly you get that in the like later performances.
Live on Goat Island. Yeah,
Yeah.
kidding. They're the goats.
Damn, that's true. But the most important thing is when they start doing basically they end up just screaming at a boat that's like in the harbor.
Or as they call it in Australia, the harbour. The Boston
Yeah, exactly. The
harbour.
Oh my god, if this song can't teach you how to fuck, I don't know what will.
So
Saying that to
embarrassing.
12-year-olds.
A few years ago, we met some guys that were in a band, and
Oh, he talks about
we played with them.
The Living
They're
End?
a band called The Living End.
Oh, let's go. One of Sam's
So
all-time
I'm bring this
favorites.
song to those guys, all right?
The Living End, they do punk
that?
news, not punk moves. If you
There's a big
catch
boat
Sam's
back. There's a
drift.
boat back there.
this is, yeah.
Look at that Cuddy I'm gonna moon him. It's the Cuddy Sark. What's that?
There is a huge boat behind them.
It looks
So they're
like a
playing on this
pirate
harbor.
ship.
Oh god.
When did mooning stop being a thing? Also,
Bring back mooning.
well, I wonder if it's considered like a,
I think it's
crossing the line.
sexual assault now.
Freeloaders.
Is it though? Like mooning
you
is.
filthy dog. Get out of here.
It's interesting.
I'm gonna look
You never really hear people say
Who the
that.
hell are you?
is mooning sexual.
Get off my view of the bridge.
It is classified as a decent exposure. So.
Yeah, but
Okay, so
that's
the rest
still
of the video
different.
is just them screaming at a boat, which I think is really funny. But look, you mentioned the yell, and don't worry, Josiah, there is an entire compilation
Oh
video
my God.
of just Billie Joe yelling in the middle of Hitchin' a Ride. But it's a really bad compilation video that includes lots of stuff on either side. But let's see.
Oh yeah, he says
That-
shite for sure there.
Yeah, that's them playing the Grundspan Club in Hamburg, Germany in '97. Notice how Billie does not play the solo in this. Oh, this is from. That's from Toronto. And apparently that's the first recorded 1-2 count. Some real important working. That's from Milan, MTV Sonic. Milan,
Epilepsy warning. Also, I don't know if that transfers through the audio, but. Whoa! Oh, did they put?
And that's with Paul Schaefer on the keys
So-
on
So
Letterman.
Schaefer joined them on Letterman. Damn. This song fucking rules. I just realized I thought they were.
K-Rock, Almost Acoustic Christmas, 1998.
I thought that they were singing "Degenerate" at the end. It sounds like that. I thought they were pronouncing "degenerate" weirdly, but they're just singing the name of the song. Hitchin' a Ride.
Also, it is interesting to realize
Degenerate.
he definitely did not used to play the octave chords.
Right. Mike broke his nose during this one. It's a whole journey through the history of.
Should we just watch all 8 minutes of
I mean,
1, 2.
Wow, damn. Whoa, that was like
This
a
is the first
fucking...
mic screen.
That one had some like
Most-
black metal vibes. It's like had some
Yeah.
hipster black metal vibes.
1, 2.
I also love how the tempo
Oh,
is
wow,
always
that
different.
was very,
It sounds like liturgy or
very
something.
Scandinavian hunger. Transylvanian hunger.
1, 2.
Vancouver.
I really like appreciate it when the octave chords are like extra sloppy.
I know.
1,
Okay.
2.
They
Sloppy
really do
octaves
put, like-
are so good. Acoustic bass.
Oh,
For the
yes.
Bridge School benefit, shout out Neil Young Archives. Check it out. NeilYoungArchives.com.
1, 2.
Whoa.
Wow, that's also from Goat Island, and this video is labeled that as probably his best scream to date.
Now, does that mean to date of being 2000 or to today? That was not so good.
They've noted here that the vocal mix is too high.
It sounded like Reeves of Blood in a bad way.
I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, when was this? This video was uploaded in 2021. So we've got another 10 years.
Oh, this is the last time they played it in E Standard until 2012.
Wow.
I'm learning so much from this video.
What key? I guess we'll find.
E flat. Oh, his voice must have dropped
So
a bit.
so they dropped it for 12 years and then brought it back up.
Yeah, that's interesting.
1, 2.
Alcatraz, Milan, Italy, not Alcatraz, the prison. Oh, I hate when he does the like seagull scream.
Yeah. No, I like the black metal scream.
Yeah, we may as well finish this video. This is the the first time Billie shouted the count was this one in 2001, the Reading Festival.
I would never shout it again. I would simply say thank you.
Have you ever like
1, 2.
Bizarre Festival, no audible or visible mic screen? Wait, I need to rewind for a second. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. It looked like Trey Cool was wearing. Oh, I thought that was a Tragically Hip T-shirt, but I wonder what that is.
What is it?
It's hard.
No,
to,
it's not.
It's not, but it looks like they're. It looks like it, but it's not.
I think it's 3 words. Is it 5 for fighting?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think it was. No.
It looks
It
like
looks like
light,
it says
looks
like
an
Tiki Top Leipzig.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Maybe
love
we
this
don't need to
video.
watch all.
I feel like we
okay.
should-
Well, so
We made it this far.
all right, you're right. Yeah, fucking yeah. Let's do it. Let's
Because
do
it's
it.
really a nice journey through the band's history, knowing about the
Well, that's
different
the
key
thing.
changes.
I will, knowing that eventually we're going to get to Tonight
No
Show with
count.
Jay Leno.
Well, there was still a count.
Tonight Show with Jay Leno in 2001.
Oh, he looks cool there. Yeah. Kind of has a bit
This
of a
was like-
hot skinhead look.
I think this must have been
Pop Disaster
Pop
Tour.
Disaster.
Now that might come in handy later to know about that. With a hilariously clever stunt booking to go with the song title. Man, that's
For real,
funny.
why the fuck are they playing that on Leno?
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, I know. Well, actually, that is weird. Because Warning had come
'Cause
out,
was
but
that what-
for Pop Disaster Tour, there was no album right before. Maybe they were announcing Pop Disaster Tour and just played whatever they wanted.
Warning had come out a year before that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I do think the Green Day looks on Warning, in general, that's just always how I've wanted to look. Which I think I've said before, but the When I Come Around thing.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, American
Billie
Idiot era
sounds tired.
sucks compared to when it's in a compilation like this. But there's no turning back now. They can't go back to wearing cardigans and shit.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Wait, the cameraman has a seizure? I guess being metaphorical with the
I think it just has some very extreme camera moves.
Oh, the cameraman's okay. Oh, they were playing Bullet in a Bible.
A lot of pyro.
They were playing Bullet in a Bible live DVD when I was eating a hero, or as I say, gyro. Here.
That's great.
Billie humps his guitar for some reason. Yeah, like there's no turning back from the business casual American idiot look.
This isn't humping his guitar. He definitely missed it. Oh.
First E standard in 11 years, and Billie's drunk. 2012. E standard sounds way better. Also,
Yeah.
open E major. There's a reason it's a classic. Back in E flat, and Billie sounds tired. I wonder what's the reason to keep switching between them. It's not like
I
he's
know.
pushing his voice. Maybe the scream is part of it.
Well, Billie gets too excited and does Mike scream.
How did they even notice that? Oh, there we go.
Oh, this is good. This is in Mexico.
Billie shouts Viva Mexico, sings along to the solo. That's pretty sick.
You know what's sick is like you watch this, you're like, I feel like he was having a good time that night.
Yeah,
you know?
you can really tell.
That's
This
like-
is a
you can
glimpse.
tell.
Mike's scream sounds way different. Life is Beautiful Festival, Las Vegas, 2021. Didn't Blink also play this festival?
They played this the year that I went. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so pre-pandemic.
Please let me know if I missed any. Thank you. So if anyone
Wow.
else has any footage of Billie Joe doing a scream, maybe let this person know and they can edit it in.
Wow. Well, thank you to the YouTube user Robin's Ramblings. Really, we've enjoyed your ramblings, and I think it might be time to cover up.
Real quick before we cover up, I do want to show you kind of. There's no parodies of this song. Weirdly, there's two.
weird.
There's two little oddities I want to show you. Now, the band Vanity Fair, Fare, has a song called "Hitchin' a Ride" that predates this one. And I was so hoping that this would be a cover of Green Day's Hitchin' a Ride, and it's not. But it's still worth checking out because this is a Canadian cover band for hire that seems to have rented out a local TV station to film a promo video. They're called Plaid Apples. And here's them covering Hitchin' a Ride. Maybe it's actually a church. I don't know where this is. They absolutely cook, though. Like, this is definitely Pusswood Gangbang from Tim and Eric.
Oh my god.
And it kind of is like an infomercial, like they're so
This is pretty good too. This is also like the bass player is playing like real low and punk.
I know. So this is uploaded by Bill Smith. He has 2 subscribers. Plaid Apple's cover song of Hitchin' a Ride. If you're in need of a night of a live band, please consider quotation mark space Plaid Apple's space quotation mark for your next event. For bookings, contact Derek and it's a 705 area code. Do you know where that is? Is that Ontario or? On behalf of
705 is like it's the outer Golden Horseshoe area.
On behalf of Derek, Gail, Steve, and Randy, thank you for watching. But it's uploaded by someone named Bill, so that's confusing. But this is CTV Christmas Telethon that they perform. Or I don't know what's going on here, but I
would
love
donate.
it. I love Plaid Apples. They're so sick.
We got to book Plaid Apples for our next corporate event.
I mean, this video is from 8 years ago, but how is it not from like 30 years ago? Is what I don't understand.
It's just out of time. It's too beautiful.
And I meant to play this last week because there was another one of these on even a different channel. This seems to be some kind of new horrible genre of video. But you know, like there's like listening to Tame Impala, but you're at the mall and you just kissed a girl, or you know those like kind of in situ edits. Well, there's a new genre that takes Green Day songs and then puts them with patriotic Wojak memes and creates some sort of situation like that. So this is called Hitchin' a Ride, but you're being deployed by a helicopter in the Middle East. Your is Y-O-U-R. So this is as you can see, there's like a Wojak in front of a helicopter. Grab your M4. There's a drought at the Fountain of Youth. says. So it's just kind of like, I don't know if it's a commentary on war, if it's a celebration, or if it's just like some really depressing deep web shit, but I felt like I needed to play it.
Damn, I really feel like I'm being deployed.
Yeah, I mean, I assume in this situation a helicopter would be much louder than the studio version of the Green Day song. Oh,
Wow.
you've already been. I mean, does it happen that quickly? The guns and stuff.
I guess. I don't know. I've never been deployed to the Middle East.
Well, I mean, as kind of the expert on troops, what do you think about this? Feels man, Wojak being deployed.
Well, I guess my question is, like, I don't know if these are real. I don't know. Is this stealing valor? Like, was this uploaded by a troop, or is this someone looking to experience troopdom without the real risk? And so that I'm just not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, well that's
So I reserve the right to. But this is like this whole ass channel, eh?
yeah, it's so weird.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams, but you're headed back to FOB after losing half your squad in CAFG. Okay.
There's a few other like uploaders too, like the related videos. There's actually quite a few people making these Wojak /music /war. Very strange, very unnerving, and so I think instead we should look at the bundle of joy that is the covers section that I've created for this week. So not that it's related to this at all, but, patreon.com/155pod. I've been investing my money in there, and it's paying off. What do you get when you invest? Dividends? Is that a thing? It's paying off massive.
Big time.
My money is
Huge, throbbing dividends.
it's going so well for me, and I urge you all to. I wouldn't normally say this, but it's kind of like the GameStop thing, or
You were saying this before we even recorded. Like, this is not. You're not just saying.
I'm
this.
not, and I don't
You
even
were
know
telling
why
me.
I'm letting
You
other
were-
people in on it. But here's the thing:
You shouldn't. You should stop. This is not good for you.
We are thinking about starting a referral program, actually, where if you refer other people, then maybe we'll split a little bit of the revenue. That could be a good idea. Kind of a LuLaRoe kind of thing, but with
Ooh, that's
with the
interesting.
pod. But yeah, so check that out. It has nothing to do with covers. I'm just letting you know because if you've listened this far, you're family. That's what I think. And if you pay
I think that's.
into the Patreon, you're something that's even more than family, which I don't know what that is. I was going to say blood, but that's family too. I mean, chosen family. I don't know. I'm kind of.
No, I'm gonna let you keep going.
Well, I just feel like I feel like I'm nearing Terror lyrics because I've been listening to the new Terror album and it's just incredible.
How is it? I haven't listened to it yet. Is it? Yeah.
It's like I feel like Terror kind of invented being meta because every song is about hardcore and it's like they just keep writing more songs about hardcore. And then there's this one song I actually screenshotted the lyrics today because I'm dying from it. Like the whole song is about brotherhood, and he's like, "We'll die for this brotherhood." And then, like after like the 12th time he says it, he's like, "We'll die for this brother and sisterhood." I'm like, hell yeah, Scott
Yes.
Vogel. That's what's up. Little footnote at the end. Now, speaking of punk music, this band called Water Parks covered this song. I think that I've heard of this band because I think maybe the Maddens managed them or something, and I think they're like
Yeah,
they're like an
probably.
all-time low type of band that is the Mad. What all-time low is to Blink-182 is what Water Parks is to the Madden Brothers. Actually, they were signed to Equal Vision, which is kind of funny. I also thought they were British or Welsh or something because they just seem like that kind of janky version of pop punk, but they're actually from Texas. But Water Parks covered this song for the same compilation that the Black Veil Bride, what's it called? Black Veil Brides guy last week also covered. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
same comp.
Good little violin part. Water Parks are like to me the definition of one of these like kind of pop punk bands that I think I like would.
Oh my god, the
I
singing.
think I'm like maybe. Oh fuck this. There's all these like Apple Music playlists that are like shred the day away or whatever, and it's just like all shit like this, and you're like, what?
What is this synth now? What's happening? Gang logo, let's go. for those little like vocal edits. Were you gonna say that this is a band you think you would like, and then the vocals started and you had to stop yourself?
No, but like I've read something. I was like, oh, I get it. It's like whatever. It's theatrical pop punk, and you're like, I'd be into that. And then it's like fucking this. I'm just not as corny as I think.
You're not. That's the thing. You're like 1% cornier than me only. And we just get so much mileage out of it.
It's like, I talk to you so much. I experienced that 1% for such prolonged periods of time.
Oh my God. You got to see how the singer of this band spelled his name. This can't be right. There's got to be a mistake somewhere. Show me this guy's birth certificate. Austin. It's spelled like it's awesome. Awsten. Piece of shit. Fuck water parks. Get out of here.
He's got cool hair, though.
Well, moving on
Austin Constantine Knight.
Moving on from Austin Constantine Knight, we're going to check out somebody named Nate Wants to Battle. This is a big YouTuber. In watching this, I realized that you're not really that special being a YouTuber who likes pop punk, Sam. I thought that you had something special, but really,
that was so unique, yeah.
Liking pop punk is like the main YouTuber trait. This has been deleted and re-uploaded by someone else. So this is Nate Wants to Battle featuring Andrew Stein. It's just like two guys just doing like a very straightforward cover of it for no reason. I wonder if no one can do this song except for BJA.
I'm worried that that's exactly what we're going to experience.
Also, the guy in the leather jacket, I'm pretty sure his guitar strap is the Shining carpet.
Ooh, pretty cool.
I hate it so much. You want to? Anything you want to say? You want to start a beef with some YouTubers, maybe?
No, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I owe my career to YouTube. What's going on with you and Punk Rock MBA? I feel like you're trying.
I just keep retweeting him. I think if I retweet him enough, he's going to come on. I think, hopefully.
Well, okay, that's cool.
Why?
This guy definitely seems like he borrowed the leather jacket or something. Like you could really tell that he's not comfortable.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that strap is so. This guy knows what's up.
Yeah.
This guy knows his shit. He like low key. He's like, you know what? I actually think horror movies are just as good as normal films. Is what his guitar strap says.
That's good. That's I'm getting like that's a crazy opinion.
Well, in my opinion, these guys have 0% juice, and that's also the name of the next artist. I think 0% juice. This is a vocal cover. This one seems actually pretty cool. I like the art. I feel like they maybe go for like. I thought it was.
Art is sick.
I don't really know what they're going for.
They're singing like the guys from UHF.
But when it comes in, it's like maybe they're going for like System of a Down or I never heard Mindless Self-Indulgence, but
it sounds like someone doing an impression of Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is actually a pretty Manson-y / Gary Glitter type of song.
Yeah. Big Sex Fest energy.
We just gotta hear a bit more of this until it comes in.
I know, I think it's worth it.
This is Thirsty Ride 003. 0% juice.
This fucking
Oh, also, this is only 1 month old. See, I think this person.
This is fucking awesome.
I think this person might be like some kind of in on it, whatever they're doing.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, the aesthetics here are making me think they know.
See, I don't know what they're going for, but it's definitely.
Should we listen to their swank bounce mix live to see if they're joking or not?
Well, maybe their original song. I don't think we can parse it from a 45-minute mix. It's too scary. But let's hear a little bit of their original song called, if it will load, Crush 001.
All right. I can't focus on what needs to get
Oh,
done.
they're like an indie rapper.
I'm on notice, hoping that you don't run.
Okay, so maybe they're in on something, but they're not as cool as maybe I thought they were at first. But they're still cool. I mean, everyone's cool in their own way.
Everyone is cool in their own way. That's a good attitude.
Like Florence and the Machine and Dev Hynes.
We've never done this before. Never done this before.
Performing with their little band. Noisy. Dev and Florence have popped up before with their little collabs, their little pop punk collabs.
I kind of like that.
Hey, Mr. Way,
But the thing is,
are you in a hurry? Need a lift up.
Means it sounds like shit.
the singing sounds exactly like what the vibes that the song was giving us.
Yeah.
Like it has like kind of like borderline postmodern jukebox feel.
Yeah.
But that's just her vocals.
Is this what the postmodern jukebox people like think they sound like? Do you think they're all like in their mind they're all Florence and the Machine?
Maybe. But yeah, they had a duo together called Team Perfect.
Cold turkey's getting
I mean, I don't know. I hate this, but I also am glad that it's here. You know.
I'm really worried that these are all going to be bad.
I think they are. I think knowing what I know, I think they are. But I mean, the nice thing is that literally anyone can play this song, and they do. So I mean, that's here's kind of on the similar kind of like this is kind of more of those vibes, even more like gothy AF.
Hey, Mr. Where you
But
heard
with kind of like a funky Nashville hat. This is Valeria Sherry.
Yeah, so it's like sort of Lydia Dietz but make it country kind of situation here.
Well, her outfit changed.
Oh, wow.
And then a silk-shirted vampire boy is playing guitar now. I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting, in my
Oh
opinion.
no! And now he's changed outfits into his own Beetlejuice. They
getting-
are very. He's literally wearing Beetlejuice pants.
Yes. You know what? Those aren't the only Beetlejuice pants we'll see today.
Oh no!
Whoa. What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Was that on purpose? Was there like a car crash in the middle? What was that? There's like some little hand drums. She's doing like a very
sounds like someone's,
gentle
like, banging.
shoulder thing while she's singing. Don't tell me that you made the screeching sound.
No, I did not mean. I swear. No. I can't do that again. Like, I hate this so fucking much.
Trouble times.
Troubler.
Trouble times.
I'm bumps the wagon and a hitchin' a ride.
I bums the wagon. I think she's like making up the words.
I think she might be like Russian or something.
That it's a
I feel like before everyone is saying like
This is like when I sing along to things.
before everyone who was
like
like loosely alt saying everything in like kind of a Billie Holiday kind of voice. I think they used to sing more in this kind of Florence and the Machine type of voice. Also, it's just everything's kind of falling apart, but not enough to be cool.
No. Like, it's just.
I can't turn it off though, because what if there's another little car crash moment?
trouble times, you know I cannot lie. I'm bumps the wagon and a
I'm bums the wagon.
Don't know where to go.
I'm hitching a ride.
Don't
This song sucks. I hate it.
don't know where to go. I don't know where to go.
Is he gonna say birthday boy thing? Whoa.
Oh, weird. So the sound just stopped and the video kept
But it
going.
made
That
the
was-
same kind of like. Oh, he's got a cute smile. He should smile more.
You should smile, sweetie.
So yeah, I mean, I think I got a couple more of these kind of style ones. This one is
What
just
is
so fucked. I mean, they've put an old timey filter over it, but it also is filmed on like the first ever video camera. It looks like, but then the guy looks like he's from like the band Default.
Yeah. It looks like they are on a 1950s television set. Like the background looks so flat that it looks like it's painted on flats. And then it's filmed like with this old-timey filter that is like the combination makes it really convincing, you know? Like the flat background and then the guy is he looks so much like the bass player in like an Also Ran 604 Records band.
Yeah. It almost looks like it's shot like The Real World or something, like early reality TV.
Like the B-roll from like the first 2 seasons of The Real World or something. Yeah.
This band is called In Moderatus, all one word, pretty vibey band.
Where are they from?
I don't know. It's not in English. Maybe Spain. Their about page links to their own YouTube page that you're already on, so that's really helpful.
Okay.
I mean, I hate it. It's horrifying. It keeps being horrifying because this is called the Crooked Mountain Boys. This is
Why'd you have to say those words together, man?
This one has a sketch with it too.
Oh, fucking. So it opens with a guy has hit another guy with his car. You can tell he's dead because they put a bunch of blood around him.
Around his
now
mouth
they're in heaven
for some reason. And now they're jamming in a graffiti-covered alley that has a very prominent Pepe.
Prominent Pepe.
He's wearing a Green Day shirt under a blazer while he plays mandolin with his plucky little combo. His plucky little Green Day cover combo. The Crooked Mountain
Boys.
Where
are they from, do you think?
I mean, I think they're Canadian, but they're probably not. But this part kind of sounds like a Modest Mouse song that I would usually skip, but still it sounds like Modest Mouse at least.
Well, they're from Slovakia.
Oh my god, the only other video they've done is a cover of The Prodigy. Salmonella. The little like riffs are so gross.
Now they're just going. Their video is like very literal. Like the devil just handed one of the actors booze now.
It's pretty like high quality video though.
Yeah.
Which makes it even worse somehow. So that's the Crooked Mountain Boys.
Damn. Okay.
So yeah, that's now here's somebody. This was uploaded actually today. And this is a guy doing his own. He's just trying to get hits. I think he's uploaded it. Hitchin' a Ride Carpool Karaoke, and his name and his songs is Pablo de Iorio. He uploaded this. It has 3 views now. One of them was me. I'm not seeing. It's not loading. Oh, here we go. Yeah, today. Yeah, it was uploaded today. So
sick. So it's just him. He's got a dog in the front seat, and then another dog in the back seat, and they are so sweet, and they are my best friends.
And he's barely singing over the CD at all. Oh, I can see the dog's dick fully. The dog has a boner.
Oh, the dog is getting hard.
There's a dog dick. Hell yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The dog
so
loves
tight.
being in the car.
His top video is the films of Pablo de Iorio. And his hashtag pretentious art. That's pretty tight. And his description on his site says, "Hey, go fuck yourself." Damn, he saw us coming.
Do you think the dog is getting a boner because it loves being in the car, or it loves Green Day? Oh, nice little harm there.
Maybe it just likes hearing Daddy sing.
Yeah.
How does this end when he starts rocking out? He's making a little guitar solo phase. I think the dog's boner might have retreated back into his body. Maybe he nutted when I skipped ahead.
Yeah, you should scrub through it and see if the dog
any dog
nuts.
cum shot. I wish carpool karaoke was like that. Yeah.
Imagine if it was like, yeah, now we're here with the Foo Fighters, and also this dog is going to
Jack off
come
the
on
dog.
Pat Smear.
Oh, now I wonder who would be representing the drummer if that video happened. Here's Hitchin' a Ride, Green Day cover. Oh yeah, this one I think was just really cool because it's really scary art. And I think the music, this one I feel like...
This is very terrifying.
This is Whose House? Dan's House is the uploader. Cover of Green Day's Hitchin' a Ride, just me and my acoustic guitar. Want to know what the picture is all about? Go to stores.lulu.com/project_terror and see for yourself, but that doesn't exist anymore. And it says all artwork by Samantha Greathead. So, I mean, this has World's Fair energy, I think.
I was going to say, I was like, this is so, like, I know we've been talking about that movie a lot, but this is extremely World's Fair. I don't even want to look at it.
It's so scary.
I'm worried it's going to take my soul.
But, like, kind of a bit of a vibey. It kind of sounds like Thurston Moore.
Oh, yeah.
The world that inebriates to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
The heart is so fucked.
I hate it. I hate it.
Troubled times.
So yeah, this Whose House? Dan's House.
Not interested in.
His band is called Toys for Girls with the number 4 in the middle. It's a very terrifying channel.
This is so... This should have been in World... That's a deleted scene from World's Fair, for sure.
Yeah, so then that's that one. And then now we're getting into just some guys.
That's that one.
Well, one of my patented segues. Now we're in a section of that's just some guys. But this guy's cool. He's called Patrick. And I love his basement. There's like a calendar on the wall, but then it's just like exposed insulation covered in plastic. And he's got a DC Shoes long sleeve. And he does like kind of a slops interpretation of the violin. And his strumming pattern is like... He's playing a Squire. I was looking at his channel a little bit, and he's improved a lot at guitar.
But I'm so glad you're able to mark these. You're like, he's gotten a lot better, actually.
Well, I was just like, I don't want to just diss him for not knowing guitar, but I feel like he seems like the kind of person who's maybe a bit self-taught and then has developed a really interesting way of playing that is cool as hell.
Are you like, if you subscribed, are you going to sort of continue to follow the progress?
Maybe I should. I mean, this is sick. This is the way the song should be played. It should be like a slops disaster.
I'm still realizing that I'm not happy really hearing anyone else play it but Green Day.
Well, I think it's going to stay that way for possibly.
I know it's
a
going to stay
long
that way, but I
time.
was like,
it might change. We'll see. I mean,
Okay.
maybe.
let's
not.
see if one of these guys can do it.
Well, I don't think the guy that I've written down as bald guy is going to do it because he's just this guy, and he's got a controller behind him. Seems to have set up on top of an air conditioner or something to get that nice room tone.
Oh yeah, you want that sort of just nice white noise.
Hey, mister, where you headed?
He kind of gives it like an alt rock delivery.
Need to live too happy, I will say, oh no.
So nasty. Sounds so nasty.
What's he sitting on?
It seems like he's sitting on a box. Oh, yeah, maybe it's like a footstool. Yeah, that's weird.
Sitting on someone else's lap.
Maybe it is.
Like, can you picture him just sort of getting up and there's just another guy there in the same outfit as him?
Well, maybe if you don't like bald guy, maybe you like goatee guy. This has the cool like video camera stamp on it. He really gets theatrical with it. This is Matthew Mitz, which is such a good name.
Matty Mitz.
kind of gives it like a putting on the Ritz kind of vibe. Or what does it sound like? It sounds like a snap your fingers to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it just allows people to lead into the worst things about music.
Yeah, exactly.
Do, do, bow, 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 yappa, da, dow.
Hey, mister, can you lend a shilling? Something like that.
It's basically fucking postmodern jukebox core. Like, it is just...
It's so gross.
Everyone sounds like they're doing postmodern jukebox.
Well, at the very least...
I'm scared.
At the very least, what if there were some cool angles filming a boy playing guitar? Because that's what this is.
Wow. A lot of... What are these angles? What are these angles?
This is the user T-Boned Live.
Okay, so just to be clear, it started off with just some usual, like, Dutch tilts, like, very, MTV vibes. But then it just kept tilting.
It's like full-on Michael Bay ambulance cinematography right now.
I haven't watched it yet. Really excited.
And then it just goes to,
Slept
show
on it,
his...
though, and I'm not seeing it in theaters. It's terrible.
Oh, that's fine. You can just torrent it. Like a real punk. Yeah, it seems like they're... I mean, I can guarantee it's a parent filming this, because parents don't know how to film anything with their kids playing music. They're always doing zooms and shit. But there's lots of zooms, lots of tilts, lots of Jinko shots. He's dead serious while he plays, and I love his shirt. It looks like almost like a wetsuit, but it's just like a cool shirt.
It's deceptive. It's just a cool shirt.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I thought, did these angles help, maybe?
No, the angles, at least, I felt like I was watching something innovative. I felt like I was watching, like a Sam Raimi movie.
Well, here's a few more angles that might help you enjoy it. We open with
really
the practice
use an angel right now. Yeah, okay.
And then we cut to the boy with the Beetlejuice pants. I mean,
oh, wow.
Maybe they're pajamas, but they look... It's hard to tell.
Yeah, are they like college pants or pajama bottoms?
And also, I'm just trying to understand. It's not like a classist thing to be like, oh, like these people clearly only have one room. Like this family home has nice belongings, but it's laid out in the most fucked up way I've ever seen in my entire life. There's like a small TV on top of a box. And then there's a whole bunch of couches and art. And, everything is just laid out so insanely.
It looks like a really nice, Persian rug under the couch. But
it almost looks like somebody's living inside of a furniture showroom. And, all of their real belongings are on the left.
Yeah, totally. It's very high-low.
It is, yeah, absolutely, in real time. Oh, they got some nice thumb in the shot.
Yeah, you could. So someone is.
Oh yeah, these are not pajama pants. They have cargo pockets. Oh my god, these are.
We could get these
crazy pants. Wow.
I'm gonna look for these pants.
Damn. Well, respect to I think there's Pedro Matinet. Respect to Pedro, and now I think we're gonna have some fun with it, and it's still gonna be awful. And in fact, I think the most bearable covers might have already happened. But
okay, good.
But now we get to check out a bunch of little kids, starting with I actually have arranged these by age, I think, loosely. But this is the littlest kid performing it. I don't think this is uploaded by probably his dad or something. This is OJ Lloyd uploaded.
That's a tiny kid.
This kid is probably 7, and he's killing it. And he doesn't even just play. Check it out.
When a kid says, "Hey, mister," come on.
Yes.
Crazy.
This kid is at least 5 years ahead of his time. Also, this is how I want kids to play music. I don't want them to actually be so good that Dave Grohl is posting about them or whatever.
Yeah. Dave Grohl should post about kids like this.
Kids who still obviously objectively suck, but in a great way.
But it's a vibe, as they say.
The open strings he's hitting sounds so good. Is he British too? Oh my god. I think he might be a British boy, this boy. Cold turkey's getting stale. Please may I have some more? Yeah, he's British too. I mean, someone needs to sign this kid immediately and
sign this British boy.
Make sure he doesn't learn. He doesn't get any better.
He can't get any better. No. Yeah,
he has to stay at this exact level
at anything. Don't let him get better at reading.
So some of these I've just chosen because I love the band name so much. But this next one, this group of kids, I'm just so excited by the name of the event that they're playing at, which you'll see on the banner at the front of the stage. They're playing at Family Dinner Rocks.
Wow, family. I mean, look. We all agree Family Dinner does rock.
That's true.
Hold on, Family Dinner rocks, and it's being presented by Youth to Community? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think so. I think the youth is giving back to the community by sharing these sick tunes.
Damn, if I were in the community, I would say thanks to the youth.
I would say, which alderman do I have to talk to make this stop? Although these kids are pretty good, actually. And I also think they might not be very young, but these next kids are... they're called Sound System, which is a great little kid band name. We need to start collecting and remembering the best little kid band names because there's so many good ones. I also love the shoeless white socks on stage. It just sounds slow and awful they are.
Oh my god. Yes. Oh, this makes me feel fucking bad. Like I feel like this is like that feeling when you can't unring the bell of like you've gotten too fucked up, you know? And you're like just like fuck.
Well, it's thematically
it
fits
how
with
much
the song.
water I drink now. Yeah.
Although they seem also pretty old to be this bad. Sound System is such a cool name. The sixth band is called...
It's the socks, man.
This band is
the
called
Jokesters.
The Yes!
Do you think this is like a prom situation or something? Because the whole band is... Like the guitar player has like a top hat on. And
yeah, they look business cash.
Oh, damn. The Jokesters are on fire with their jokes.
The guitarist hasn't even played yet. Their version of stomping the distortion pedal is just have no guitar and then... Oh yeah, it got so huge. The Jokesters are fucking tight.
I just want to see who they're playing this for. Like, I need to understand the context.
The vocals are so good.
Are the guitar player and the bass player not playing in the same key?
Yeah, I think so. It sounds like it. This is from 2009. Mac.
What? How is that possible?
Mac, Ethan, Jack, and Jake. This is the Franklin Middle School talent show.
Yes.
And someone named Josh Martinez says the singer needs to have more feeling in singing, and the band needs to have more feeling in playing. I don't mean this in a dissing way. It's just a suggestion. I think the vocals are probably one of the best parts. I love it so much. Maybe it shows the audience. Oh, the curtain closes? Oh my god. Oh, he's got the stage banter down.
People loved it. That was great. the Jokesters, man.
The Jokesters are so good. So this band is playing a school assembly, and they almost have too much energy as they kick it off. It didn't load properly. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. So this is a situation where they're playing on like the floor of the gym. And I guess there's a whole empty gym, and then I guess people are probably sitting in the bleachers or whatever. But it's just like a very unsettling staging.
the other thing about this one is it's a kid doing the marching band drums. There's a kid playing a bright yellow like Jackson ripoff or an Ibanez or something, like definitely like a guitar that's meant for shredding. But then the singer is playing piano, and he's got a Back to the Future shirt under a flannel. But it's giving it almost a Ben Folds vibe, actually. It's kind of an interesting new energy. It also reminds me of a band from Vancouver called The Human Highlight Reel, which my friend Chris Horrific was in, and he also had an amazing solo career. But he kind of had a similar kind of like I don't know. I kind of think this kind of piano stuff hits pretty good.
Like, this is cool.
It's also sloppy as fuck in a good way, though. Probably just sounds like shit because you can't see the piano, so you probably can barely hear it, but...
But just know Josiah and I are having a great time. Really yellow guitar, too.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Powerfully yellow.
I actually didn't catch the name of this teen band, but I think I should see if it's written down just in case, because I think... No, they don't even have a name. It's just the name of the musician. So fuck them. Fuck you. Because this next band, this is such a good, like, imagine... Like how, like what kind of teen does it take to come up with this band name? It's so good. XS, so like the all caps X and then S and then Noise. XS Noise. And they're playing, there are 3 moms sitting on plastic lawn chairs in an otherwise totally empty outdoor stage. There's 5 kids on stage. This is XS Noise.
And so it looks like the stage... This is clearly some sort of civic event because there's a banner and it says City of Armadale.
Just like the most fake sounding name of a town ever.
Yeah.
So sick. It's weird when this song is slow. I think it's really bad. But XS and Noise are absolutely killing it. Actually, if I may...
You may.
I would just love to hear their original Nothing Left from the same show. You know, it's kind of probably not as big of an audience as they're used to, so they thought they'd test out some new stuff.
First original called Nothing Left.
Yeah, just like, you know, you gotta get your sea legs somehow, right? It's like...
Whoa. Okay. Let's go.
Clever, right?
Let's go. Kind of sounds like the Arctic Monkeys. They're pretty good, actually. XS Noise. So this next one I'm playing because it's my favorite band name I think I've ever seen from little kids. This is called Vinal. V-Y-N-A-L. They're pretty old.
This
though,
is like
too.
that's a Josiah name for sure.
It's also like Jason Segel's character in Freaks and Geeks would name his band that too.
Yeah, for sure.
I would just love like a published book with no context of just band names that have come up, that little kids have come up with.
I think this is a good idea. Like, for real, you should you should delete this part of the episode. Delete everything I said, put the music in, and then delete this because that's a cute book. I mean, if Urban Outfitters still sold those books, man.
It's true.
This would be your ticket.
This guy's really got some interesting vocal delivery.
It kind of looks like Thurston Moore too. We had the Thurston Moore spooky sound like before.
Yeah. Maybe if you do Thurston Moore voice is the only other way you can get away with it. So this is just to end the little kids. This is like just so many little kids at once. It's like I'm glad there's some loud clanging sounds at the start of the video too. That's great. There's like another like 8-year-old. playing guitar. Okay, well, they've zoomed in on what the little kid is doing on the frets, and he's definitely fucking it up. I think his amp must be turned off.
But he's got a vibe.
Dude, he's singing. I can't. Oh, there's 2 drummers on electric drums. I mean, this is pretty sick. This is uploaded by the OASOS. If that means anything to anyone. Why doesn't it show the vocals? I think maybe it's the teacher singing or something.
Oh yeah, so
It must be
just like by the soundboard.
It
Doing
must be the parent of the little boy filming it because they're really obsessed with this little boy. And I mean, it's great that he's almost playing it right, but come on.
It's so close, so close.
All right, this next one. Now we're gonna jump way ahead in age. This is pretty recent. This is called the Under and then Under.
What's this section called though? Because we had some guys.
Well, this
what
is
was before
still
some guys.
This is still part of kind of the age section because we're just aging into it. This is still kind of the age. Like we're going into adulthood of being like a depressing cover
section,
artist. This is called the Underscore, but there's an underscore in the middle of the band name. And this, I mean, look at that art. This is way more recent than it should be with what it looks like. And it's like
in the logo, the under, because it's the under underscore score is basically how the band name is written.
This is from 2021.
No, it's not.
And the drums are light up LED drums, but they're in like a club that, like, whenever I see nightclubs that have so many banners and LED lights and like it sounds like a sound guy, like this nightclub looks like it was designed by a sound guy, and it just seems so evil. Everything about this just is so evil to me, and I can't explain why.
That's
really
a very
scares me.
inspiring way of describing one of these types of places, though.
Right?
So is this another one of these things where like they were just like filming bands in the space? Because I don't think there's anyone. Like this isn't a live video.
It does look like so. Audio recording, Johnny Hayes recording studio, montage, Guy Leonard. So there's a montage. Is that what they describe the...
Maybe they mean the editing, like... Unless there is like in the middle of this, they like go and build out the team for their big heist.
Oh, well, they are Canadian, and in fact, they're listed as a groupe de musique rock/grunge.
Oh.
So I think I know what neck of the woods. I mean, just like this band really scares the shit out of. Look at the picture of them on their about page. Now I got to stop talking if I know that they make musique. I'm scared that they're gonna find me.
Yeah.
Look at that banner
What the
image.
fuck?
Wait. You think there's a montage? Yeah, I don't think there's a montage that happened.
No, I think this montage is French for edit.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So that was underscore score, I guess. This next band is somehow just their name is 3 asterisks.
There's really not going to be a single good cover, is there?
Well, we'll see.
Oh, fuck.
I'm liking them. This one is crazy because, like, okay, so they've clearly got like. They've got like 10 coworkers that came to the Irish pub to see them play. 3 asterisks.
Yeah.
These people are in their late 20s for sure.
Yeah.
And I think they're like extremely worse than any of the little kids.
I mean, I'm just thinking about being one of the friends standing there listening to that happen.
It's so uncomfortable.
All the friends are dancing.
It's so awkward. Kind of making it their own. Nice and slow. Oh, that one girl did a little wiggle, looked at the camera. The singer has I think this is somewhere in Eastern Europe or something as well. I can't really understand that. The singer has a mohawk and then black shirt and red tie. They're just chanting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
So good.
So I think this is Ukrainian. Because they're about translates to the official YouTube channel of the Musical Instruments Store. So this is from STR Sounds.
The instrument store. So they're showing their gear in action.
Yeah.
That was an interesting fill.
This is like a interesting new angle on the current global crisis, you know?
And also
makes you think.
The band name being 3 asterisks is very interesting, in my opinion.
A lot of interesting stuff happening.
So this one, I think I think maybe what I'm learning from these is just that no matter how old you are, it's really depressing to perform publicly for other people most of the time. This one is a bunch of adults playing at, I think, a library or something. And I mean, let's just take a look. Let's just breathe this in for a second. So they're set up outside of like maybe a library or a restaurant.
Yeah, cool architecture.
It is pretty cool. It's very
This
mid-mod.
this seems Euro, right?
Yeah, I think so. And there's this band here, and so the one guitarist, I think maybe, he's playing an SG bass, which is already quite a choice. But he's also matched his T-shirt to his jeans and shoes, I think, and his patch cord. No, that's someone else's patch cord. But the man is entirely blue head to toe. I mean, that's an interesting man right there. But then on top of that, the guy on the left is exactly what you'd expect. So he's got long hair. He's dressed a little gorpy, I think. He looks pretty tight in his own right, but he also looks like a guy who like reads Guitar World in his room and wishes that he could be in a different band. And sure enough, he adds a lot of licks to it that don't belong because he's just trying to jam.
Hey, mister, where you hear it? Are you in hurry? I need a little heart to say, oh no.
Ooh.
Just like my business spirit, I need a break as well.
I just like the aesthetics of this. Is that acoustic guitar just floating?
It's a ghost. I mean, it's tight. This one actually rules. Alexander Castro 2503 uploaded that. He's just noodling. And so now let's hear that. He's just rocking the pentatonic scales. Why not? I mean, no one's here. It's a Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning at the library. I mean, do your thing. Whatever. You dragged all this shit out here. You're gonna get paid $25 or whatever. You just do what.
No, you deserve it.
You can do your licks. So I when I was preparing the covers, I kind of had assumed at this point that probably it was going to be going too smoothly and we were going to be enjoying it too much. So I saved all the worst ones for the very end.
Good.
So this guy's name is Tom Thumb.
Oh, great. This is like a, real slick production.
Yeah. It's some fucking Rozelle shit. So it's just some guy looping his little sounds.
I mean,
It's pretty impressive. What's
I
also,
can't.
you probably could.
You think so?
This is the
Are you in a hurry? Need a lift to happy hour, say, oh,
This is what I imagined that canceled Canadian sex R&B guy sounded. I never listened to that guy Milosh or whatever his name was. Did it sound like
Oh,
this?
right, yeah. I don't think.
Rye?
I don't know. Oh, yeah. For sure.
Look at this fucking guy. He's like doing live filtering on his voice by tapping his throat. Tom Thumb. Get out of here. Get your right out of here, Tom Thumb. Okay, this one might be good, but it's a cappella, so probably not. I don't think this song should be done a cappella. I just don't think it should be done. So awful.
Hey, mister, where you headed?
I think this band is called Apocalypse Cow, but with a K.
Need a lift to happy hour crime.
And the picture of them, they definitely look
Do you
like they're all like
50-year-olds? Break his leg. No single good cover, is there?
Well, let's see. Maybe this. So on the a cappella tip, there's this one, also a vocal cover that I thought.
Okay.
Need a little happy hour, say, oh no.
Pretty good Billie Joe
That's
impression.
a pretty good
Take a
impression.
break for distant spirits. I need a break.
This is good.
There's a part where they start singing the dun 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 that I think is really good right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Dun 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 dun. Oh, turkey's getting stale.
Bit of a cheat there, right? If you're gonna start banging on stuff, I don't know. That's not that's just a cappella then.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The next one comes with a bit of a vocal or sound warning. It's a thick. This is a thick waveform,
Okay.
but
I'm gonna turn it down here. Yeah,
But
thank
this
you.
is uploaded by MPEG Records. And at first I thought it was like maybe a shitpost record label. But then I realized that like since he's been a little kid, my nephew has had like a secret SoundCloud that his dad, my brother, didn't know about and would like upload. Like little kids know how to use SoundCloud and upload music. So I don't know if this is a shitpost or if it's just like a really interesting little kid running MPEG Records. I think this might be the best one. But it also seems like it could be.
I can't take care about it. It's only the I understand us to 1, 2, 1, 2,
Like this one is art, I think.
This is fucking real shit, man. It's like it's something I feel like I shouldn't be listening to.
So it gets really good. This is MPEG Records.
I'm going hell, yeah. I can't see
I thought we could end with this work in progress. This is someone working on the song guitar wise. They just uploaded their work in progress. Uploaded to SoundCloud. Working on Hitchin' a Ride. It somehow falls apart more the more they play it.
Clean stop there, now.
Yeah. So that's the Hitchin' a Ride. I think we'll listen to this guy while we do our final thoughts because he had the cleanest sounds, you know. Let's skip ahead a little. I think what I liked about this one is it's like I planted a time capsule for myself when I was 12, and I loved the song. Little did I know that I'd get to revisit it later and just hear the most disgusting and depressing sounds. So really, like, art can be good and bad no matter what. And that's obviously always true, but it's kind of beautiful to go on a journey with a piece of media like this and revisit it later and have it deliver in a new way, which is an awful way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and people who pay more attention to this podcast than me can maybe issue a correction, but I don't know that we've had this experience. I mean, you joked earlier that we've almost been doing this podcast, or maybe we have been doing it for half a decade, and we just did a song that I love, right, that we both loved, and we listened to covers for like, I don't know, what was that, 4 or 5 hours? And they did we've never had, there'll be bad songs that we like start to love, by the time we finish listening to the covers, or like at worst it's a song that we don't care about and the covers don't necessarily help. But I feel like this was a unique combination of like ingrained affection and then like physical revulsion at the entire cover. And in that sense, I feel inspired and hopeful, knowing that our work of plumbing nostalgia and finding new ways to experience these things is not done. I'm ready to hitch a ride.
We're very excited to welcome to the show Chris Coté of Cut You Up. What's up, Chris?
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, the main reason you're here, I've wanted to talk to you forever, but the main reason you're here is that I noticed that recently Blink-182 announced that it's been 20 years since the Pop Disaster Tour. And people talk about, first of all, it's like was such a good name for a tour. Like Pop Disaster is just like such a vibey phrase. But I think, truthfully, in my opinion, having seen the greatest documentary of all time, Riding in Vans with, I think the real special thing about the tour was your band Cut You Up and your involvement with it.
Oh, thank you. I agree. Best part about that tour, for sure.
I mean, I think we have to assume. I feel like that documentary is probably an underground hit. Like I don't. So in case people haven't seen it who are listening, how the hell did you end up on that tour?
Well, I guess long story short is my affiliation with Blink started when they kind of first started. I know you just had Rick DeVoe on the show. I listened to that episode. It was great. And Rick actually put me on as drum tech, roadie. Very early on, I was actually Scott Rayner's drum tech.
Oh my God, really?
And I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. I play a little drums, play a little guitar and all that. But this was kind of, I had worked with Rick DeVoe in the surf industry. We were, we're great friends for forever.
I'm going to pause you right there because we didn't have Rick DeVoe on.
You didn't have Rick, okay.
But we tried to. And I got Scott Rayner's email address and he said he would only come on our show via email. And then he just said he only sent yes and no answers to everything. It was completely unusable, but I respect it. It's so funny.
Yeah. So backing up, I recently heard a podcast where Rick DeVoe was talking about the beginnings of Blink-182.
Right. Okay.
And I was kind of in that clique or in that crew. So, in working with their manager, Rick, in the surf industry, and working with Taylor Steele, who was a surf filmmaker who used, like early Blink stuff. I got this job as their drum tech. At the time I was kind of just like working in a surf shop, doing whatever. And so this was the perfect job for me. They had just started going on bigger tours. Scott was still in the band when I came on, and actually I want to say about 6 or 8 months into my job as drum tech, they had, I was obviously not privy to these conversations, but they had started kind of scouting Travis Barker due to, whatever their reasonings for getting a different drummer.
Right.
And so, towards the end, I remember I was at a show. And I was starting to learn my job a little bit more. It was mostly just having the most fun. I was kind of the mascot of the band, and I would do all kinds of weird shit with them. And And I remember when they were kind of scouting Travis Barker, he was in the Aquabats at the time. So it was this really weird, they were playing with the Aquabats, and there was kind of this feeling, these rumors going around that they were looking at Travis. And then, you know, however many months later, Scott exited the band. Travis got the offer to join the band. Along with that offer to join the band, he got a free drum tech in me. And
shit.
Yeah. And so when I made that transition, it was like going from, you know, a drum set that you would have in your garage, a normal 5-piece drum set in drum cases, you know, like normal stuff, to Travis Barker, who had rolling cases and a very advanced drum set. And I remember the first time that I met him and you know, I was introduced, "Hey, Travis, this is your drum tech, Chris." And I was like, "What up? Nice to meet you." And he goes, "Cool. Nice to meet you too. I'll be back in 2 hours. My drums are right over there. Like, I'll help you. You know, you can set it up, tune it, do the whole thing, and I'll kind of like check it." And so I walked over, and there's just these 2 giant rolling cases, and I had never seen drums in actual, you know, rolling cases. And so the learning curve was steep. And I remember I still don't really know how to tune drums, and I barely know how to set them up. But I just remember for the first couple of months, I mean, he would come into sound check, and every sound check was like, "Hey, I think I got it today. Check it out." And you would sit down and be like, "No, you don't got it." And so I worked for them for about, I would say, 2 years. So, you know, a lot of touring, a lot of festival shows, a lot of really, really fun times. We were all, you know, pretty young.
Yeah.
And just soaking up every bit of fun that comes from being in a touring band camp. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Totally. That's okay. So you were with them, and then at what point had you started? Was Cut You Up already a thing, or?
No, I had always had I've always had a pretty broad appreciation for a lot of different musical styles. At the time I was working for Blink, you know, I was super into indie rock, post-punk. And I didn't really like pop punk at the time. You know, I appreciated their music. It's super fun. You know, I listened to it and I liked it, but I was always giving them crap because, you know, I was just going, "Guys, like, what do you know, like, let's listen to some Fugazi. Let's listen to Slint.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, listen to this stuff. Change your shit." And so, you know, I'd always just make fun of them and make fun of their band. And then they would be like, "Oh, yeah, well, you know, your band sucks. You don't even have one," or whatever. And so I go, "I got a band. It's called Cut You Up." And this was from a very obscure title of a song made for a skate video by Mario Rubalcaba, who was one of my favorite drummer, still is one of them for sure. He plays in Earthless and a bunch of bands, but anyway, so I made up a band and I would tell them how good we were. And I, you know, didn't have any, I had been in bands with friends before, but this was a fake band and it was just used as a tool to make fun of them for what I deemed lesser music than what I liked.
Yeah.
And so they called my bluff and they're like, "All right, well, we're playing the sports arena in San Diego. You know, your band can open up for us." And I was like, "Fine." And so immediately got some friends, my friends, Brendan Rosh, Dylan Rosh, who I was in high school bands with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Look, we got to start this band. We got a huge show coming up." And so it was basically trial by fire. We were a 3-piece. We had double drums and synthesizers, and we wore these space helmets. I was just trying to think of ways. I'm like, I don't know how to play any instruments that well, so we got to figure out a way to distract the crowd. I have this patch on my bass guitar strap that says, "If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit." And so hence the space helmets, the double drums, just all the weird stuff that we put into it. And so we played one little show at a bar before, and then our first, I guess our second show, but our first real show was at that arena show with Blink, Weezer, Newfound Glory, and a couple other bands. The Grim and Lefty, I'm pretty sure. I actually just saw this this Instagram post today that talked about that show.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so we were the opening band, and I want to say for the first two songs or so, we definitely got booed. But then then the crowd kind of started coming our way, and they started cheering for us. Our set ended, and we went to the dressing room and destroyed it. I think we caused $2,500 worth of damage, which for an opening band that nobody had ever heard of or cared about was it wasn't people were just, because I was friends with the crew and everybody, and we had a bunch of friends there, and we were kind of thinking like, well, this is it. This is our first and last big opportunity. So let's just destroy this place. And we did. And we got kicked out of the venue and the whole deal. So it was great. And then from there, it was kind of like, all right, well, we have a band. And so as time kind of goes on, obviously Travis is starting to, the band is starting to get huge. So the need to have a drum tech and a crew that actually knew how to do their jobs came in. And so I kind of like faded off, but was still, really close and good friends with the band. And my band started playing more. We got new members, and we became an actual band, not just a fake name to give them shit. And so we started playing, and that was started getting shows, recorded an album, and I think through Atticus and Macbeth and Resting Bird Entertainment, just at the time when this tour was coming together, I know that Tom had this kind of idea, like basically they just wanted to hang out with us. Mm-hmm. And, they were all in a place of like being married or whatever, they just weren't like, they weren't rock stars in that sense. So they wanted to live vicariously through other people, I think. And so again, it was kind of a dare, just like the first show that we played with them. They presented this idea to take us on tour to film this documentary. They would give us just the bare essentials, the bare minimum of what we needed: a van, a trailer, $100 a day or something like that, the tour book, and one man camera crew, a guy named Matt Bouchain. We had a driver, this dude named Zach. And, we literally dove into the van and just started going haywire. And, the famous kind of lines in the early parts of the documentary, Riding in Vans with Boys, regarding us not being allowed to talk to the other bands and basically to just stay in the background, were completely true. And we ignored all the rules, and we made quick friends. We're all four of us in the band at the time. We're all likable, outgoing. We were heavily partying back then. And so we endeared ourselves to every single member of the crew. And even though the, tour managers and stuff knew we were just total liabilities, they just loved us. And we lived up to our kind of mascot duties. And,
totally.
Obviously that was probably at the time that was the best experiences of our lives for sure. I mean, it goes back to that kind of primal feeling of being at a concert, right? And if it's a band that you love, we've all had that fantasy, right? The singer, something happens, he breaks his leg. Can anyone in the crowd come up here?
It's like that Mark Wahlberg movie.
Exactly. Yeah. I wasn't going to mention it. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen it. But yeah, it it was basically rock and roll fantasy camp, and we took every advantage that we were offered, and I see it now as a cult classic, and
absolutely, it's like it has like Jackass vibes too, a little bit.
Definitely.
In particular, well, I'll get to it in a second, but what I want to say about what you've just been talking about, what's interesting to me, is that you're coming at this from like being kind of the highbrow friend with these guys and being like, oh, I'm into Fugazi. Like, you need to check out Discord Records and stuff. But then you're like the wild party animal too. That's an interesting kind of tension. But it did seem like Blink like did come out of like with Mark Trombino working with them or whatever. It's like they came from like the scene kind of. And I know Green Day like came from the scene as well in where they grew up, and like they must have been missing that feeling playing in arenas all the time. And I feel like you guys musically with like more of a post-hardcore sound, and then also just with the antics kind of, it does make an arena show feel a little bit like a local show again. Kinda.
Yeah. And I think that was kind of we kind of brought them all back to that, this, up and coming band with this opportunity. And I think we really embodied that. And we, I think a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of bands, but some bands would have given up definitely with some of the stuff that we went through. But at the same time, we were dedicated and we were driven and we did not stop. We were relentless. I mean, there's no way I could ever do that again. Every single day, every single night, we were on top of our game, whether it was playing shows or partying or causing havoc wherever we were.
So, I mean, we're talking about Green Day this month, and the reason I was excited to talk to you, not only is 20 years, but I cannot believe it exists and more people don't talk about this scene where Billie Joe Armstrong and Mark Hoppus brand you with like a pool. Is it a pool cue or like I don't know what that thing is.
It's a pool bridge,
the bridge.
Yeah, so it's that like metal, it's almost like the shape of a crown, right?
So like walk us through what happened there.
Well, we were definitely instigators with that whole tour. I mean, Billie at the time was pretty nuts, and Trey, those guys were nuts. But the rest of the people on the tour were pretty, I would say, innocent, And so we were just instigators, and we would do anything, and we didn't have any money. So of course, anytime someone's like, "Hey, I'll give you $5 to do whatever," we're like, "Yes, we'll do it." We did anything for money, alcohol. I mean, these are things that I'm kind of half proud of, half disgusted by. But
right.
That particular show was in, I want to say Toronto. It was somewhere in Canada. And we played a side stage. And at the end of the side stage show, two of the guys in the band ran off stage, jumped into this lake, paddled or swam across. The whole venue had a lake, and it was just this giant place. So we were already kind of like notorious that day.
Right.
And somehow we got this backstage room that was, I mean, a conference room. And there was pool tables and ping pong tables. It was way bigger and better than any of the other bands. And so they all came into our room and they're like, "What the hell is this? How did you guys get this room?" And so, of course, that became kind of party central. And one thing leads to another. I'm outside and Billie comes out and he has that idea. "Hey, I want to brand you." And I think, if I recall, I say, "What? No. Oh, okay. Like, this sounds, I'll do it," and this is pre-Jackass, pre-YouTube, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, I was probably hammered and feeling invincible.
Right.
And feeling kind of cool because Billie Joe wanted to brand me like that. Who can say that? And then, so the countdown's on, it happens. And the second that it does happen, it was a harsh reality, a very sobering, physically and mentally sobering occurrence where, my skin literally was bubbling and peeling. And I think everybody was in shock as to, I recently saw Bam Margera get branded on Jackass, and it was gnarly. and I couldn't really see it, but the faces and reaction of people around me was intense. And so right when that happened, my first thought was, oh my God, I've just taken myself off this tour. I'm
right.
And so all these crazy things go through your head, and the frantic post effect of that, the running and screaming, the whole deal, it's all real. I mean, that is, and I just remember going, okay, well, I'm not going to let this get me off this tour. We are in it for sure. And everyone felt horrible.
Right.
But at the same time, everyone was kind of like, wow, that was really cool. And so I felt pretty cool. And, looking back, I think I try not to have any regrets, but weirdly, one regret is that I took very good care of this wound, because everyone was telling me how it could get infected. I mean, we are wearing the same clothes for 2 months in a shitty, gross van, sleeping in our own feces, basically. So I took extra care to make sure that I didn't get sick and something, infected to where I'd have to leave the tour. And so now, instead of there being this really cool scar, this punk rock scar, it's just like a couple of freckles, and people still ask me about it all the time. And I wish I could show them this radical scar, but it's just a couple freckles and a nice memory.
Yeah. And I mean,
and luckily it's on video.
Exactly. It's part of cinema history too.
Yeah.
So did you you got to experience Canadian healthcare then, I guess, that night?
No, I went to the nurse, there's a rock doc at every show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
okay.
She was like asking me what happened, and I said I fell onto a hot thing or something. I don't even know. Yeah.
That's so good. So are you still friends with any of these guys? Do you keep in touch with anyone from Blink or Green Day?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've had Trey's been in a couple of our shows. I talk to Mike and Billie every once in a while. When Mark went through his recent battles, just messaging him. Tom obviously still. And so it's kind of like, I wouldn't say we're all homies
right
after all that time, but we still, we could still reach out and talk to each other if need be.
That's cool. And what about Cut You Up? Are you still making music?
Yeah, definitely. We actually have a show May 19th. That's kind of it's a cautionary tale for sure, because this was a band that basically had everything, I don't want to say handed over to us, because we definitely worked at it and we tried. But after that tour, we came home and we were thinking we were returning gladiators, triumphant, and we were ready to take on the world. And, there was just kind of this slow de-evolution, and this was caused by partying and, we had jobs and girlfriends and that whole thing. And so, it just was, we were steady. We were still making music and all that and playing shows, but we were also deteriorating from the inside. So, on one hand, I feel like if we had pushed and if we had taken all those opportunities that we had, we could have been a pretty big band, right. I think, and at that time, with bands like Modest Mouse and, I guess indie rock bands getting bigger and bigger and bigger, we were in a good position to kind of ride that wave and, gaining fans and all that. We just didn't we didn't take it seriously enough to really capitalize. And I think, I saw it with Blink. I see it with other bands, even bands that don't make it. It's you have to be all in, 100% invested. It has to be your life. And I think we all kind of had other things going on in our lives at the time, whether it was drugs or whether it was relationships or work, whatever, that just kind of limited our success. And, again, I don't live in regret at all. It was an amazing ride. And I think to be able to still play shows with, this band we've now been in for 20 plus years is a win in itself. And, I don't think we would have all survived.
Right.
That lifestyle is so infectious, and it's so exciting and exhilarating that even in our just tiny bubble of success, we leaned so hard into the partying element that, you know, if somebody was like, all right, here's a $1 million signing bonus, let's get you in the studio, get you on tour, somebody would have died. We just were not built for that type of success, I don't think.
Yeah.
But you know, it's really cool to have all those, you know, we have all those tangible things, whether it's albums, the documentary. You know, I still have I have a box over here of memorabilia from all those times that, you know, they're like treasures to me for sure.
Yeah.
And luckily we've all had success in our lives in our own ways that you don't, you know, I'm not like, well, almost made it, could have made it. You know, I'm definitely not that guy. And, you know, like I said, we have a show coming up on May 19th. So we're still doing it. We're still having fun and, you know, we're still inspired. So it's,
that's like, I think that's an admirable path, honestly. Like, yeah, you know, or you could have tried so hard and then made it and like your music, you hate your own music or you're stuck doing stuff you don't like. So that's sick. Cool. And so is there anything else? So that you've got a show coming up. Is that in Encinitas or? Yeah,
it's at, we basically just play Belly Up, Casbah, whatever local shows. And, you know, we're 4 grown-ass men with families and jobs and all that stuff. And, you know, it's definitely not easy maintaining a band for 20 plus years and keeping things relevant. But, you know, we're pulling it. Yeah. And the last show we had was at this, it was at a festival down here and it was so fun. You know, it was just, you have these moments where you're going, oh God, I don't want to go through the hassle of getting everybody together, setting up the show, you know, promoting it, the whole thing. And then you actually play the show and you go, oh yeah, that's why anyone starts a band. Yeah. Even if you're playing to 4 people, which sucks, you know, that those 4 people are like, well, if there was 8, I would do it again. And then, you know, so it's,
yeah, totally.
It's, I don't know. It's, people have it kind of, it's our poker night. It's our, you know, some people go golfing and they go on a golf trip. You know, we play shows.
Yeah, that rules. Okay, and then anything else you want to plug before I let you go? You have a podcast too, right?
Yeah, my podcast is called The Monday Mass with Chris Coté and Todd Richards. We record once a week. It's an action sports podcast about nothing.
Perfect.
And even if you don't like action sports, you might like it. So try it out. We're going to try to record some new songs coming up here in the next couple of months. We've gone in and out of big plans to record albums and all that stuff. And so we're just trying to go baby steps. We're going to record a song or 2 in the next few months. So hopefully that will be coming out soon. And, you know, maybe when Pop Disaster Tour 2024 comes around, we can play like the bathroom of one of the venues or something.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Chris.
Word. It was really nice talking to you.
What better topic to research this week than a timeline of Billie Joe and sobriety? In the past, Billie Joe has claimed that he had tried to get sober from alcohol and pills on and off since the recording and release of Nimrod in 1997, and had claimed a hesitancy to submit to a rehab program was the reason why he had never been very successful. That was until September 2012, following an appearance at the iHeartRadio Music Awards in Las Vegas, where Billie uttered the following: "Give me one fucking break. 1 minute left. 1 minute fucking left. You're gonna give me fucking 1 minute. Look at that fucking sign right there. 1 minute. Let me fucking tell you something. Let me tell you something. I've been around since fucking 1980 fucking 8. And you're gonna give me 1 fucking minute? You've gotta be fucking kidding me. You're fucking kidding me. What the fuck? I'm not fucking Justin Bieber, you motherfuckers. You gotta be fucking joking. This is a fucking joke. I got 1 minute, 1 minute left. Oh, now I got nothing left. Now I got nothing left. Let me show you what 1 fucking minute fucking means." And proceeded to smash a guitar, a moment Phoebe Bridgers would go on to pay homage to on SNL. Trey Cool's ex-wife Claudia Suarez Wright went on record shortly after claiming Billie Joe had an estimated year-long period of sobriety before this, and it was simply the temptations of Las Vegas that proved too much. Following his very public quote-unquote meltdown, Billie sought a meditation-based rehab program. Around 2018 and 2019, many fans commented online that Billie Joe appeared drunk or had been seen drinking, and posted online in reference to hangovers. On the promo trail for Father All Motherfuckers, Billie told Q magazine that he managed a 5-year stretch of sobriety. On his infamous award show appearance, he said, "I thought it was more negative than it was. Now I think it was one of the most punk rock moments of the last 10 years. I should have taken it as that instead of a nervous breakdown. I know it gets pretty dark for other people that were involved, like my wife and the kids, but as a piece of theatre, it was pretty amazing." Green Day facts.